What up, and
Hello.
welcome to Penny for a Tale.
Woo!
It's gonna be an amazing night tonight. Truly a splendid one. We have some amazing people here who I really haven't met, but Spence has weaved their web around the interwebs in the world and brought in some of the best people you can really roleplay with. Or
This
so I'm
is why
told.
I'm called the Spider Queen.
I know, right? Like. Any case, welcome to Penny for a Tale. We are a TTRPG podcast / stream, doing everything new and interesting concerning the hobby. But enough about gilding the lily. Spence, take it away.
Hello, friends. I am Spence. As I told you, I live here. So today we are going to be playing a wonderful one-page RPG called Sexy Battle Wizards. And that is, yes, thank you, Dave. And Melissa, remind me again the name of the creator.
Grant Howitt is
you.
the fantastic and wonderful designer of this.
He's designed a lot of one-page RPGs. This is one I haven't played before, but just the description made me very excited to play. So I have a fantastic group of characters, and I would like to introduce them all to you. As you say hello, tell the people where you're from, and then we will get to creating our characters. So we will start with Mr. Cooley.
I'm Paul E. Cooley. I live in Houston, Texas. Isn't that what you wanted to know?
Well, let's see here. I know you write things.
Oh. I am author Paul E. Cooley, author of The Black, The Derelict Saga, Parsec award-winning author of The Black, The Derelict Saga, Lamage 2, etc. ad infinitum in podcasting for 12 years. I'm also the co-host of the Dead Robot Society. Come hang out with us sometime for an interesting chat or two, maybe some laughs.
Is this your first time on Twitch?
Yeah, actually it is.
God, a Twitch virgin.
Pop Cooley's cherry.
It's not my first live stream.
It's all downhill from here, really.
Oh yeah. Well, gotta get my Twitch channel started at some point. But the real reason I'm here is to cause trouble for Laura and derail her.
What's my name?
Spence, sorry.
Yeah. That's the dead name. We do not speak the dead name.
Yeah.
All right. And next, my other favorite voice, Dave Robeson.
Dave Robeson. Hello, Dave Robeson, coming to you live from Spring Hill, Tennessee. I'm a podcaster, voice actor, game designer, general dilettante of all things literary and writerly. I'm also the creator of Archivos, an online storytelling and writing tool. Check it out at archivos.digital.
Fantastic.
Check it out.
Next, we have a wonderful friend of mine who I met through role-playing, Melissa Lewis Gentry.
Hi, my name's Melissa Lewis Gentry. I am currently the president and CEO of Avalon Lounge and Game Cafe, a game cafe in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Most people know me. I was formerly the business manager of Modern Myths Comics and Games. So I'm known as a game seller. I'm associated with Indie Press Revolution, where I've been a sales rep for them. They are a independent role-playing game a distributor and seller. You can check them out on indiepressrevolution.com. What else do I want to plug? I'm currently launching a emergent digital after-school camp for kids to play role-playing games in the afternoons. It's called Digital Camp and Dragons. You can, if you go to avalongamecafe.com and click on Digital Camp and Dragons, you'll find out more about it there.
And last but certainly not least, a veteran of Twitch, Other Doc, Jim.
Greetings, I'm Jim Ryan. I am a writer, streamer, and podcaster. I am currently drifting somewhere above the clouds. I normally inhabit Charlotte, North Carolina, and where I do my thing. I am mostly these days doing a crap load of streaming. Over on channel Other Doc. That's basically just Other Doc, OTHERDOC, over on Twitch, where you can find me doing mostly indie games, and that's been the project of late.
And we cannot forget the host of this channel. Mitchell.
Hello. Hi, I am Mitchell. I do some writing for TTRPG, also represent some companies from across the pond, so to speak, at different conventions. It's at Gen Con, Origins, and PAX Unplugged. Obviously, this year, you probably won't see me at a convention. Who's to say? But fingers crossed. But you can find some of the published material I have on DriveThruRPG.com in terms of Scion supplements with Josh Heath, as well as the Rite of Passage for Symbaroum. But yeah, that's and you can find me here, of course, like a lot.
A lot. Alrighty, so first things first, let's talk about this game. In this game, you are a sexy battle wizard. You are a member of the College Errant, an organization based in a flying castle that roves the land looking to avert arcane disasters and fight injustice. You have precisely 0 authority to do this. The cops hate you, and you are wanted in several countries for collateral damage caused whilst saving the world. Each of you will have 3 stats as we build your character. The stats are sexy. Sexy is to like charm somebody or be super stylish. You know, you're all hot, so you know you use that how you will. You have the stat of battle, which is the ability to harm your foes with your mighty martial prowess. The alliterations are killing me. And wizard, you weave eldritch arts of magic. So, the stats are 1, 2, and 3. What that is how many dice you get to add to the roll. So, first thing we're going to do is we are going to decide, why are you so sexy? Everybody, roll a d6. All right.
I got what I wanted. Yes.
Paul,
Two.
what did you get?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, I'm rolling for you. Oops. Paul,
I am diceless.
This was
You-
Paul's dice
Yeah, that's what it was.
miming. Dice miming.
All right, so Paul, you are a dangerous rebel with a cool jacket.
Dangerous
Typecasting.
rebel with a cool jacket.
Typecasting.
And okay, so 6. Dave.
I rolled what I needed to roll. A 2.
Okay, majestic hair, beard, and mustache. Melissa.
I am also a dangerous rebel with a cool jacket.
Yes.
I'm kind of like, I have a leather jacket in the other room. I'm kind of like tempted to go get it, but then I'd have to leave. I'm not going to do that because this
Okay.
chair is comfy and this is where the rum is. So like,
Always be where the rum is. Jim.
I got a majestic hair, beard, mustache.
Alrighty, and Mitchell.
I got ethereal, graceful, and elegant.
ooh,
Oh, I like it. I like it.
the most elven of all the choices. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yes. All right. So now we are going to find out what your signature weapon is. All right. So, Paul, your signature weapon is a Ghost Wolf Glaive.
Ooh. Polearm, baby.
Wolf glaive.
It's like a sword
Oh.
stuck on the end of a staff.
Yeah. All right. How very Dresden of me with my cool jacket.
Yes.
With your rebel jacket, yes.
Trying to get a pen to work here. All right. Dave, what is your weapon?
My weapon is a 9 and a 10.
So you
a
have
rift shield.
a rift shield. Interesting.
Indeed.
Melissa.
Oof.
Oh no, we got a frozen Melissa. Okay, we're gonna move on to Jim, and she will we'll get her back in just a few. Jim, what'd you get?
I got an umbral shield.
Umbral shield.
We are like brothers, you and I. We both have the mustache. We both have the shield.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Mitch.
there's something going on here.
What do you have?
Oh man, I got the crystal cannon.
Oh,
Bitches
yeah, you
love
did.
cannons.
Can't
All
wait
right.
to see how you carry that.
Like a boss.
But ethereally and very graceful.
Yes.
It's a
yes.
sexy BFG, baby. That's what it is.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
All right. So
Melissa, come
we will
back
get
to
Melissa
us.
back as soon as we can.
Indeed.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we
Coming
go.
back on. Coming back online.
And now
My-
Melissa
My
is
whole
Paul.
Zoom just crashed.
Oh,
I'm
no.
so sorry.
It's okay.
Um,
The
So-
awesomeness of your weapon, no doubt.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
What is your awesome weapon?
Okay, so my awesome weapon is hold on, sorry, I have a Ghost Wolf hammer.
Oh,
Is that
that is eerily similar to Paul's Ghost Wolf glaive.
or I mean
See?
I could have a void bow instead. I like void bow better. Can I have a void bow?
Sure, go for it.
Ah, I do like the void.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, for the purposes of creating your character, other than your name, we'll get to your names in a minute. What is your magical school? Paul, you have the Path of Beasts, which is appropriate.
Yes, it is.
And Dave.
The lore of light.
Ooh.
Okay. Melissa.
Appropriately, I have the secrets of occult shadowmancy.
With your void bow.
With my void bow. Yep.
Awesome.
This game knows me.
Yeah. No, it's playing into all of our tropes of people.
You know, say clearly Paul's a werewolf or a werebear of some kind.
Yeah.
You're a void assassin. Me and Jim are twins, actually.
Aw.
Well, are you, Jim? What's your school?
What's your school?
Arcana of the Supreme Doorway.
Ooh, it's very matches your background.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And
And Mitch, what's yours?
I am the art of
Makes myself feel
hyperdimensional splendor.
With a crystal cannon.
Yep.
With ethereal grace.
Yeah, with ethereal. This is lining up all too perfectly.
I know, right?
This
I haven't
this
been
like
rolling
those
dice, I'm
anime
just cheating.
characters that are all
Yeah, these-
graceful and they've
These
got
dice,
the
these dice
big
are totally
swords.
fixed, Dave. Totally.
working
All
out.
right. So
Splenda.
now that we've got all that situated, tell me what. So you've got the stats of sexy, battle, and wizard. What are your stats, and what are your names going to be? Give us a description of your character. Whoever wants to go first.
Putting us on the spot, I see.
I
Yeah,
know,
really.
but I also wanted to give time for people to do the thing,
To do the thing with this stuff.
and also I have to do my section.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll go first because no one is jumping forward.
There you
And
go.
forever the GM, I'll throw myself out there. So I would think that between sexy, battle, and wizard, being the void bow, occult shadowmancy, I'm gonna put myself at battle 3. And just definitely leaning hard into the void assassin. I'm gonna put my sexy at 2. Looking good while I assassinate people is very important to me spiritually.
Mhm.
Getting that perfect bow lineup, that's very necessary.
Yeah.
And the wizard part is actually one I don't remember how to do magic. I know they told me at one point. I really just liked the bow that light sucked into,
Mhm.
and shot magic arrows and that whole theory thing. I kind of skipped that class. Sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
you rebel, you played hooky on that day.
yeah. So I know that I have a cool jacket, and I am dangerous. So let's see. I probably have. Okay, I'm avoidant. So I would think that I have a jacket that is made out of shadow, which, like, actually, it's something as this sweater is just disappearing into this camera.
Mhm.
I'm wearing nothing but a cloak of shadows that like billows behind me as I walk.
Oh,
Very nice.
Yeah.
nice.
All right.
And what is your name?
What is my name? That's a great question. Hold on, I'm gonna look at chat if anyone has any suggestions.
Suggestions go.
I'm just like looking dimensional Splenda. This is not helpful. My character's name.
Yeah, they had to give me my name.
We'll do Igraine.
Igraine.
Yeah.
Igraine Shadowborn.
Oh, that's a good name. I like you. I'm keeping you around. All right.
Sweet.
We like Dave. All right. So Igraine, Shadowborn.
With an E at the end of Shadowborn, of course.
I wrote
Of
that
course.
down.
Yeah.
I
Of
wrote
course.
that down. And you are the baddest ass assassin of Shadow.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Beauregard Thane. How do you do? I'm
And-
sexy. It's my thing. It's how I roll.
What do you look like, Beauregard Thane?
Well, I'll tell you what. White suit, crisp lines, an ascot, bit of a ruff at the collar and cuff. A fine, not anything like this bowler atrocity that I'm wearing with you right now. Instead, it's a very dapper white fedora. Basically, if you brush up against me too close, you're gonna get cut because I look that sharp.
Oh.
I am just style. Got a walking cane to travel with as I go, and sexy is the way I roll. That is my thing, as the kids say. Not much of a fighter, I will confess. I don't. I tend to leave that to Igraine and the Beast Man over yonder, who I'm sure is
So
gonna be
you're
a
putting a
fighting-
1 in battle.
yes, indeed.
Alrighty.
And I use my lore of light as a wizard to maintain a vigilant oversight of all things that are unfolding in the world. Basically, when something comes up that we need to intercede on, that would be where Beauregard comes in. Beauregard will call the group over and let you all know, hey, we've got a problem in Atlanta, and we need to address it post haste.
And what are your other stats?
Sexy 3, Wizard 2.
Alrighty. Who's next?
Somebody else go. I'm trying to think.
I'll go. Yes. I am playing Alexi Thane.
Yeah.
My brother.
So
Went
excited.
a slightly different direction, but his primary is wizard,
Very good.
where he looked into the abyss, and the abyss looked back, and he realized that he was the only line of defense against that which flies on the outside,
Hmm.
which is basically every wizard character I play.
And what stats are you putting in?
So wizard 3, sexy 2, battle 1.
Alrighty.
Yeah, the Thane brothers are not particularly warrior aspected, as you might imagine.
Useless every time.
I
No,
love
Yes,
the chat.
that's exactly what it is, Igraine. We are useless.
You're lucky I
Yeah.
keep you around because you look good.
He,
All right, so we have
he keeps
Paul
the
and
Ataharas
Mitch.
talking, and I play chess with them. That's how we distract them.
Oh, that's
And
good.
waiting
yeah.
for other people to hit them.
That's right.
I really wish I could play a Malkavian in this class because it would be so damn much fun with what I just came up with in my brain. But
Go for it.
the sexy would go bye-bye in a hurry, I think.
Okay.
Speak for yourself.
Well, maybe I'll go for it anyway.
Go for it, dude.
Do it.
Do
Do
it.
it.
Do whatever you must.
My name is Grolf.
Yes. Yes. Sorry. Okay.
There's only certain people I like. Usually those who are enamored with my Ghost Wolf's glaive, which cuts mighty fine chunks of people, things, whatever it needs to cut. Usually it just point me in a direction and I slash. So yeah, I guess I can be called a warrior. So my other dangerous skills include Path of Beasts. I don't like to use that so much because, transforming into stuff and making things happen with animals kind of stressful, but I do it on occasion. Just not my first line of offense, so to speak. And of course, my sexy jacket, enchanted by the skins of 20 supermodels. Freckles are so fine and the textures are so good. It makes up for the fact that I'm so damn hairy. It's a massive jacket, covers me from head to toe in an aura of supermodel strength.
And you're playing a character named Rolf. Like
Rolf.
Grolf. So
Rolf.
GR. Spell it.
I'll spell Grolf.
Otherwise, it's going to be ROLF.
GROLOWL. I don't know.
Growl.
Growl with an F at the end of it. There, does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love you so much. All right. Mitch, did the chat name you?
Yeah, they did. So I will be playing Adrian Brody, a very well-to-do wizard with a fucking crystal cannon upon his well-oiled six-pack chest.
What did I miss when the Zoom disconnected?
So much has happened. Much like you see here, he has a very lovely floof that he keeps several of his wands in. He is always bare-chested, and much of his magic goes to keeping him well lubricated and oiled. So Sexy 3, Battle 1, and Wizard Dose. Furthermore, what else do I have? Other than my crystal cannon, he performs the art of hyperdimensional splendor. He hasn't quite figured out what exactly that means. He just knows he activates it sometimes, and people just end up sparkly, clean, and well-oiled. That's it for Adrian Brody.
Alrighty.
There's a touch me tattoo somewhere in his body. It's like a tickle me Elmo doll.
Want to get in a tickle fight?
Launches the
no.
crystal cannon. Oh, this is gonna go bad so fast.
Likelihood I just end up killing all of you out of frustration.
Yeah.
You love us and you know it.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. Probably true. We'll find out.
Okay, and I'm rolling 2 things here for what's going on. Let's see here. So we got. Ooh. Okay.
Are you rolling for what disasters we're facing?
Aren't we the
Oh,
disasters? Just us.
Well, that's what the rest of the world thinks.
They're
This
right.
5-person party. This is just not gonna work well. I do not make a good wing person.
No,
Fucking
you're more of a
Oscar,
thigh
man.
or a breast dude. Definitely, you are not a wing person.
I suppose if you would like a pair of wings, we can arrange for that.
Blood wings? Yummy.
Okay, I'm almost done.
Lining sexy back.
I do love the idea. Oh, because it's a chicken metaphor. I get it.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
puns for
Wow.
days.
This is the game on this show is much higher than I was prepared for. Okay, let's do this.
All right. Yeah.
Expectations were
sexy
very
time.
low, and you are exceeding them gladly.
Yeah,
I'm
keep
bringing
them
my A
low.
game now.
Keep
Let's
them
do
low.
this.
It-
Bring it.
Keep them low, and you'll always be surprised.
yeah, we're very
Yeah.
low class humor here.
All right. So, from here on out, so what you know, you are the College Errant is as we said, a flying castle. It is built around a huge temple of the god of law. And recently you've been preparing for the return of the monarch of the Summer Fae. So you all have been going about your tasks, making sure that everything is spotless, everything is exactly as it's meant to be, and all of a sudden, the headmistress of the school approaches the student lounge / bar, looking for everybody. So what is everybody doing at the student lounge / bar?
Drinking a Mai Tai and holding forth on the virtues of the battle of light against dark.
All right.
Polishing my staff and my glaive so I can see my reflection because I like it.
Okay.
I am
Great.
playing three-dimensional chess with an imp of some kind.
Excellent. Excellent.
So, other than us, are there other people that I could con money? Play a game of darts with?
Oh, obviously.
Okay, because I'm going to be drinking rum and rum, my signature drink, and be playing increasingly sloppy games of darts in the corner.
Nice.
Yeah, and Adrian Brody is by the window, which is slightly tilted open so the wind blows through his hair. His shirt is off with like much of his bare chest in the way as he's looking out in the distance with a rose in his hand, looking wistfully out into the distance.
And there are a couple of younger students nearby, just.
I'm like, quiet senpai is looking.
My God.
Oh, it's me, senpai. Oh God,
No,
that's
Thanks for the
difficult.
bad flashbacks, folks.
Classic tropes here.
So, the headmistress stands in the middle of the group and points, and you feel a magical tap on your shoulder, on each of your shoulders, and she doesn't say anything, but you all look, see her in the center, and she goes, and your body's just kind of like.
Adrian's like,
David
"Oh."
stopped in mid-sentence, drink spilling everywhere.
Yeah, really, drinks go flying.
Lawns go clattering. to the
Igraine
ground.
does not spill her drink, and is just like, no, I got this.
Yeah.
Still tries to throw the dart from like, now what is this, like 75 feet away?
Yeah. Make a roll.
Oh, okay. I am rolling battle or sexy.
You tell me what you're rolling.
She's drunk.
Mhm,
She cares about style,
mhm.
right? So I'm gonna forfeit the extra die and roll sexy because she cares more about looking good than she does about inflicting damage, right?
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And Spence, I'm using my magic to make sure she hits the bullseye.
Oh.
Okay, you can add an extra die for that.
Ooh, cool. Okay, so as I'm rolling things under my computer, all right. So I rolled a 4, a 3, and a 4.
All right, so you definitely hit it, and there is a round of applause, just because that was good. It's not like a huge round of applause that you would like, but it's
No.
enough.
So like totally unaffected, like, yeah, of course I hit it.
Duh.
You 5
Mhm.
come with me, and So the headmistress turns around and is like walking, and you all are floating and just following. Like, you don't have a choice in the matter. Just
Yeah.
do.
Adrian has not left his position. He is still kind of floating in the air.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I think Igraine would rebel and try to move her legs as if she was walking. Like, this is totally her, even
So
though
it-
we aren't actually.
So it looks like Igraine is moonwalking. Just follow the headmistress. It's kind of cool. So you get to the headmistress. You get to a spare classroom, and the headmistress goes, "You 5 are exceptionally skilled in your own areas of expertise, and we need that right now. The monarch of the Summer Fae, as I am sure you are aware, is planning to inspect our tomes on the Fae, which requires a great deal of work in the occult library. I need you 5 to make sure nothing occurs that will disrupt the inspection, and that everything is, well, put to rights."
So no blood just kind of scattered around the library.
Well, there is blood. There was actually an Ifrit that came in and someone killed it, and so now there is ashy blood in one section of the area. So yes, you will have to clean up some blood.
No, I meant putting more out on.
If handle it as you see fit. Please do not kill the librarian. That would be awful. Clear out any students that you might find in the stacks.
Can we kill them?
No, because then we can't collect tuition from their parents.
What if I lift my leg first?
There is a latrine outside of the library. I would recommend you use that.
But that would get rid of the students without having to kill them. Probably.
Yes, and it would cause more things for you to clean up. I mean, if you're able to clean up after yourself, just make the library presentable for
Headmistress,
the
is there a reason that we should suspect that there'll be anything but grace and elegance with the ensuing visit of the Summer King?
The monarch has indicated that stormy weather is afoot.
Now,
Now, they
is that the
speak-
name of a supervillain, or is that like a weather forecast? I'm sorry, the
We can
poetry of
never
the Fae
tell.
eludes me.
We can never tell. The Fae often speak in riddles, and when you think they're being metaphorical, they're being literal, and so we are preparing for every situation.
So we are basically librarians and security force for the Summer King's visit. Am I interpreting that correctly, ma'am?
That is correct.
Lovely.
Are you sure you didn't just want me? I'm not really with these people. Really, I'm a cut above, except for Alexei. He is right on my level in several ways.
Well, as much as you think of yourself, Adrian, the time is short, and you cannot duplicate yourself.
Can I lift my leg on him?
Oh, well, I'd be okay with that.
All right, now it's not so interested in.
I appreciate your sufferance of our company, Adrian. I know it's a horrible burden.
I just wish you were a little bit more like your brother.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
So the headmistress is just pinching the bridge of her nose, and she just does this poof, and looks like a stunning dark Galadriel, like shadow light coming from her. You have been given your task. I don't care how you do it, just do it well. And then everything comes back, and her robes slowly fade. Adrian, your hair is now slightly out of place.
Hold on.
And like for a moment, Igraine, your shadows were like very small.
Oh, I like her.
Mistress, are we still on for Friday?
Oh, for tea with your parents?
Yes.
No, we're not actually. Your
Oh.
parents have you meeting with someone else.
Oh.
Anyway.
Well, I guess we better be about our business then. Are there any resources that we may draw upon from the college?
Yeah,
headmistress?
doesn't Adrian need a magical hairdryer or something?
I think my hair is fine. It really just bounces back into place.
Isn't a crystal cannon just slang for a hairspray can?
Maybe. That's what I've used it for sometimes.
Do not destroy the library. That's all I have to say. And the doors open and you are allowed out.
All right. Let's go not destroy most of the library.
Hey, can you step a few spaces back? I can still smell you from 2 meters off.
Oh, it's good. You're
No,
welcome.
it's really not.
As we're walking out, I whisper to, so I wasn't listening until she went pretty. Thane brothers, you're the smart ones. The smarter the Thane brother. What are we doing?
The Summer
The
King
Fae
is
are
coming
coming.
to inspect our tomes.
No, the smart one, not the pretty one. And I'll just pat your cheek, be like, "You're just here to look pretty. I want to hear from the smart one."
The Fae are coming, and we are just preparing the library to make certain that it does not offend when they show up.
Oh, okay, you can do that.
No, we can
can
but
do
attempt
that.
it. We don't know what's been done to the library, as apparently there's been some bloodshed, so it may be a bit of a task. Thankfully, I'm versed in quite a few Fae protocols, as it is one of the dimensions with which the Supreme Doorway has Congress. So
Oh, I stopped listening
hopefully
again.
all shall be well.
I'm sorry. You use so many words.
He
It'll
does
be
talk
okay.
a lot.
We'll take
Okay.
care of it.
Great.
You
That
ask
sounds
him a
great.
question,
I like
it's
that.
yes or no question, and you get tons of paragraphs of dribble.
If anything
Yeah.
leaps up, just hit it, would you?
Great. I love that. That
Leap
sounds
up.
great. Right.
I love you guys.
Okay, other Thane brother. Did you grab booze from the bar?
Of course.
Oh, you're my hero.
I've got 4 flasks in this perfectly tailored vest. Everything from the finest cognac to whiskey. Yes, I've got your rum.
Thank you.
I've got the tequila, Grawl. I got everybody covered. Fret not.
That's
We
okay.
My
don't.
job
Snacks.
is to make you all awesome. That's what I'm here for.
Surprised you didn't grab a handful of grog while you're at it.
That's for later tonight, my friend.
I figured.
All right,
Go
let's
to
go
the
to the
library.
library.
All right, so you head toward the library, and you know that the library is one of the hottest date places for people to go. It's quiet. There are certain alcoves where you can sneak away. I mean, there's a great set of knowledge to be gotten from as well, but I mean, you're all
Tangentially, oh, by the way,
Oh,
it's
by
the
the way.
greatest repository of arcane knowledge, but you can get a booty call in there at 3:00 in the morning.
That's why it's the greatest repository of knowledge.
yeah.
Repository is something.
A common pickup line is, "Hey, babe, you want to see my big dictionary?"
Oh my.
Yes,
I'm multisyllabic.
yes, yes.
Ooh.
All right, so you get there. The doors are a beautiful, rich, dark wood. I don't know my woods to save my life, so I'm not going to tell you what kind of wood it is.
Mahogany.
Sure. And it has all of these gorgeous little tableaus from different points in history in it, and they open out, and you walk in, and the smell is a little bit off.
Now off.
Well, so you're used to the sense of hormones and old paper. But there is a slight scent of burning, which you were kind of expecting because an Ifrit is a fire and shadow demon type. There is a little bit of a more musty smell, and they usually are pretty good about not letting too much moisture in the library. And
If you don't bring yourself, yeah.
yeah, Alexi, you would know exactly how the library keeps all of these very old tomes from decaying. So the fact that there is some moisture is a little troublesome to you. There's also a bit of an unevenness to the floor that wasn't there before. If you look down, some of the very nice smooth marble has fault line cracks in it. And the librarian is nowhere to be found.
Someone broke the runes of conservation here. Strange.
Somebody's trying to summon something.
There was a fight here.
So,
Maybe.
what do you do?
Would anyone else like to point out the obvious?
I'm going to cast a locator spell to find the librarian.
All right, give me a wizard roll.
5 is my highest number.
Oh, very good. So yes, so you hear a little as you all start talking, you hear a little bit of a and you have the instinct to go and look behind the librarian's desk. And you see this eternal youth of a boy like in a ball. You see his feet and he sounds very scared. And this creature is 800 years old. So that is that's a thing.
Tough to scare an 800-year-old eternal youth is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes.
And his name is Long. You don't know his last name, you just know that his name is Long.
Long.
Long, like long.
Long.
Mm-hmm.
As in a length.
Indeed.
As in lateral rather than.
Good heavens, Wong, and I will gracefully, with the grace born of every cat that has ever graced a windowsill, leap over the librarian's desk and gently comfort Long with my mellow, soothing voice and my curly mustache.
Beauregard, hi. You shouldn't be here. There's so much going wrong. You need to get out. But I know that Trixie and Jester are in the back. But there's so much going wrong. I don't know why the rune failed. And just completely does not make sense.
Okay. Igraine and Alexi, would you go find Trixie and who else is back there?
Trixie and Jester.
Trixie and Jester. Make sure they're okay.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
By find them, oh, you said okay, so I shouldn't shoot them.
Right, yes. Find where they are and bring them back here intact.
What do they look like?
So you are familiar with Trixie. Trixie is an
How
elven...
familiar?
Yeah, very familiar.
Tickle fights.
Yeah, there have been tickle fights. There has been a lot of wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Okay.
There lots of flirting. But you also know that Trixie is kind of catch as catch can. So.
Oh, a challenge.
Yeah. So basically, when the opportunity presents itself, Trixie's there.
Okay.
elven woman, long dark hair, usually wears it in braids, and wears very skin tight but kind of conservative clothing. So like not a lot of skin is showing, but you can see every curve. So,
Right. So Trixie, and then there's Jester.
Yeah, Jester is like the class clown, and he dresses like it.
Okay. All right. All right.
So, yeah.
Listen
All right.
for the jingle.
All right. Who's coming with me?
Alexi,
All right.
That's what company.
the smart one.
Good.
Bye.
All right. So
If
as
anyone vehemently opposes you, Igraine, you can shoot them, but it must be vehement. It must be aggressive opposition. Not if they bump into you. Don't shoot them if they bump into you, like last time.
I make 0 promises.
What if they
I
say
know.
something about your mother?
She's gonna kill someone. We all know this. Let's just get on with it.
Fair enough. Good luck.
all right.
Quietly activates the umbral shield.
Yep. Yep. So you have this shield that appears a couple of inches from your person. It's kind of shimmery. It's kind of cool, but it's also not very heavy, so you don't actually have to carry it. It just kind of floats in front of you. All right. So you all start heading toward the stacks. You know that the stacks are where people go to have a little more than wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They're private rooms and things like that. There might be some smashing happen. So, but as you go, you notice that there is water on the floor.
I'm gonna say Alexi notices that there's water on the floor.
I do that. I do that CSI thing where I kind of kneel down and I go down one knee, just sort of looking down at it for a moment.
Yeah, your pants are getting wet, or your robes. I don't know what you're wearing.
I don't notice. That's basically this.
Okay.
Yeah. So your
Probably my
robes are
cape.
getting wet.
Yeah.
You smell it, and it smells like, as a child, you and your brother used to go into the woods, and there was a stream that had a mini waterfall, and it smells kind of like that. So a mix of earth and water, very, very nostalgic. Can you give me a wizard roll, please?
I can indeed.
So you are going to roll 3 dice.
I shall. And so it's the highest die, correct?
Yes.
That is a 6.
Excellent. So it's like it wants to pull you into a memory and leave you there, but you're able to kind of bring yourself out and realize that, oh, I'm here. I have a thing to do. Let's see here. Igraine, can you also make a wizard roll, please?
Oh, this is gonna be bad for me. My wizardry is 1. Let's see how this goes. As I rolled it under the table. Okay, we'll just do this one. I also rolled that under the table. I rolled a 1.
Okay, so Igraine, you are brought back to some of your early training before you joined the college. And the whole standing under a waterfall meditation thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a little bit torturous for you, but you've been like sucked in and been brought to a trance-like state. Alexi, you notice above you a burbling water creature is looming down towards Igraine.
That's not good. Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't make sure I heard correctly. A burbling water creature is looming down towards it?
Yes.
Yeah, so
All right.
am
I'm
I
gonna throw up
acting
the,
out? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm going to throw up the shield. I'm going to just move the shield over to try to block it from
Okay.
us, and I say, "Hail, beast! What is it? What is it you desire here?"
Okay. Give me how are you trying to coax it to communicate with you?
Well, I'm basically trying to make a display of awesome magic.
Okay.
Basically here with throwing the shield up between. It's like, you're not getting past this.
Okay.
Who are you? Type deal.
I'll allow it. Melissa, sorry, Igraine, what were you saying?
I didn't know if I am in like a dead-eyed like trance, like I don't know what's happening, or if I'm acting out what was like my like being in the waterfall. What is happening with me?
So you've kind of you're in a trance-like state, and your body has gone back to that the pose.
Okay, the original pose.
Yeah.
I'm experiencing the sense memory of
Yes.
trying to behave.
Mhm.
Excellent. And what about the fact that I'm an extreme rebel and probably could stand that for like 45 seconds before throwing a tantrum?
So I will note that down.
Mhm.
Okay. So Alexi, give me a wizard roll.
And as I do it, I'm just sort of getting illusory, just sort of a little bit of fire coming up in my eyes, and the wind is blowing through and blowing the hair and all and such, and trying to make me look impressive.
Mhm.
And I shall roll wizard. And I got a 6.
There you go. So the creature comes up against the shield and then like retracts back. And it burbles. I can't do voices very well for this, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
But it says, your question was, why are you here?
Yes.
We hunger.
And I'm just sort of looking. This came up out of the water and appears to be made of part of it. Yes.
This is actually coming down from the ceiling, like
From the
over the
ceiling.
bookshelf
Okay.
and looming down.
Okay. All right.
Huddle
If
at your
you-
feet as its excretion.
I would say with that 6 in wizard that you just gave me, you recognize that this is a water elemental.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
What do water elementals eat? Do I know that?
How do you
Brioche
feed
and
a
a bit of
stream?
pear compote.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ah, right. Okay. Well then, my friend, it would appear you are out of place. Perhaps we should return you to somewhere you can feed, yes? And I am going to try to banish it back to its home plane.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a wizard roll.
And
Anal Nasrat, Uthvas Bethod.
Use that arc.
Yes.
No black speech.
no. I got a 5.
Okay. So the arcane doorway that you are very familiar with opens, and the creature is pushed back, and then you close the doors. Whew. So that's one down. Igraine, you shake your head. The memory is gone, but you are dripping wet.
Are you all right?
I mean, it was right there.
I'm going
Just
to reach my hand down to help you up if you so desire.
takes your hand and stands up and tries to flick some of the water off of her shadow coat. And it just kind of like stays like dripping wet. And it's like, she's like, all right. Pulls out the void bow. She's like, I'm shooting the next thing that moves.
Are you all right?
No, I'm mad now.
Were you trapped in a memory just then?
I don't want to talk about it.
I suspect this may be some form of Nemosine water or something similar. Strange that it should be out here.
Listen, all I know is that it's going to get murdered.
I'd very much like to see that.
I'm gonna cut back to the front of the library. What are the rest of you doing while waiting for Igraine and Alexi to come back?
Waiting for the librarian to tell me what to kill.
There were things. There was a big water thingy, and that like moved of its own, and then there was there was like a tornado or something over in the law section, and then there was a mud thing flinging things in the sciences, alchemy, and not calming down, just like still. And this is really weird because, you know, Long is very talented, but something was even more powerful to break the rune of conservation. And you see that it's cracked on the desk of the librarian.
Long, I want you to look at me. Now look down at my cannon. Now look back up at me. It's gonna be okay. All right. Adrian Brody is here now, and at times I visit this library for extracurricular activities, and I can hear that siren call me even now. But I promise you this, with this cannon and these well-toned abs, your library is safe.
Thank you, Adrian.
Feel free to look upon me if it calms you down. And I'll just like...
Yeah, so you open your robe even further, and Long is actually staring not at your cannon or your abs, but your shoulders. And is fascinated by it.
You like
And
shoulders, huh? Yes, go ahead and touch. Sometimes I charge, but not for you. You've allowed me to rent several books that have been helpful for my practices.
Nymph, you.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I went for my break for lunch and a drink, and when I came back, the rune was cracked. This has very high levels of protection on it, so I'm not sure how it came to be broken, but it let loose these creatures that I've only read about but never seen in actuality. And yesterday we had the Ifrit, and today we have these three. I think someone is trying to sabotage the library.
Someone using elemental magics. They seem to be ticking down the check boxes, as it were.
That is what it appears. Where did your friends go?
Alexi with the big magic?
Yes.
Well, he should be dealing with it right now.
Trixie
Sadly,
and Jester. They went to bring back Trixie and Jester, make sure they're okay.
Yes. But I don't think they could do this alone. You all might need to go. I have recovered myself. Thank you, Adrian. Your beauty is so calming.
I know.
I will maintain the front and help anyone who comes to the front, but if you all could go and calm these elementals, that would be of great help, especially since we will now have to clean up all of the detritus afterwards for the visit of the monarch, who shall be here in 10 hours.
Excellent. Little B, grab onto my shoulders. You too, Ralph.
Ralph!
Yes, that.
And your perfume stinks. I'd rather roll on the carcass of a dead animal.
Well, I think that can be arranged.
What's more, pretty boy, you got a hair out of place there.
No, I don't. It's all where it should be.
And that thread dangling from your loincloth is really, really making me want to pull it.
My cannon?
takes his hand and like puts that one hair right back in place.
Thank you. Little B, hold on to me. We're about to jet.
Of
Okay.
course.
And I will use my cannon to propel myself backwards to where I need to go. I just like pelvic thrust, like
Oh yes.
destroying the table as I fly through the air.
I'd rather walk holding my enormous staff. Thank you very much.
Golf.
And
Whack. Get with the program.
and so make a wizard roll for me, Adrian,
All right.
because I want to know if you are going to knock anything over.
The answer is
Ooh.
yes.
I got an 8.
Oh yeah, you. How do
Wait,
you get
what?
an 8?
How do you get an 8 on a D6?
Right.
So you roll
Six?
the d6s,
Oh.
and then you tell me which if any of them
one.
have a 4,
Yeah,
5, or
okay,
6.
sorry, I was adding it. So 6, because it can't go any higher.
Although Adrian would get an 8 on
Yeah.
a D6. I think we all agree.
Actually, I'm gonna use a D8 if that's okay with everyone. I
tell
think
you.
that's
He
fair.
would tell you he
okay,
got a
if I use a
D8 on it.
D8, is that all right with you? Here's my shoulder.
Yeah, here's my.
So you successfully, like with your cannon, you're used to doing this to impress whoever your current partner is, and so you weave in and out of the library, and with great propulsion and accuracy.
Yeah. And sometimes dad ass will hit something, but
Well, it's true.
yeah.
And so you pass through the fiction, the thriller, the mystery, the arcane arts, the divine hallway, and you come to the alchemy section and stop. And for once, Grolf, you smell something that is very, very seductive to you. To the rest of you, it smells like dank earth. And a little bit of
Awesome scrotum. Yeah, got it.
yeah, a little bit of possum scrotum.
Hey, Adrian, I smelled something that's a lot better than your perfume. Remember
Was
that
that-
talk about rolling in a dead carcass? Yeah, found me some, yeah.
Oh, that can't be. There is literally nothing on this plane of existence. Though I have seen some existences that are a little bit more moist, which has some very peculiar smells that I'd love to bring over to this one.
I'm amazed you can smell anything other than your own ass. Your head is so far up it.
Well, this ass smells like Bed Bath
Hey.
and Beyond.
Hey,
Grolf,
I think before we go any further, we need to have a talk with the rats.
Everybody who is here, make a battle roll, please.
Never. All right, with the D8.
Battle roll me.
My favorite thing is when a GM is just fed up with players' bullshit. And it's like,
I have
that's
had enough.
somebody comes in with a gun.
it's the GM, right?
That's why I put Wiz
Dude.
Wrangler on
I-
their
I
thing.
love you all. I love you all so much.
I am not going to kill all of you.
No, you should put Spider Queen because I am the Spider Queen and I am weaving this wonderful story.
You don't like
Um,
Wiz Wrangler?
No.
Yeah, I don't think anyone likes Wiz Wrangler.
That's,
So,
that has some very specific
I-
connotations that I'm not sure.
not
I
my
wanna go into.
kink.
Yeah.
Not my kink. All right. All right. So, what did everybody roll?
I don't know what I roll.
Two.
Oh, right.
6.
You got a 5. And what did you get, Beauregard?
2.
2. Okay, so Rolf and Adrian, you all are doing your bickering back and forth, and then you feel a subtle behind you, subtle vibration in the floor. Something is coming towards you, and it's making you a little unsteady on your feet. And you turn, and there is a creature made of mud and boulders and moss and a couple of dead things. And it looks down at you and says, "Shh, is library."
Oh, no, honey, you don't shush me, and I'm gonna shoot
Okay,
a
so-
cannon.
Okay,
Shoot
so
my
give me a
laser.
battle roll.
I don't wanna.
Too bad.
Nobody tells Adrian to
I don't
shush.
wanna.
I got a 4.
So your light blinds blinds the creature for a moment. He goes, what are you doing, Grolf?
I think because I'm me.
You know, that foot looks like it's made of rock. Better check that out.
Okay.
Go ahead and stab the foot with a glaive, not real hard.
Okay. Give me a battle roll. Well, I have to roll for your battle roll. You got a 5. So your ghost wolf glade picks up a little bit of an ethereal look to it, and it actually looks a little bit like a real ghostly wolf, and it sinks a little bit into the rock foot of this earth elemental. Beauregard, what are you doing?
I'm casting an illumination spell, illuminate weakness spell. The light that emits from his hands runs up and down this mud creature and exposes every nook and cranny and crevice in his armor to find the soft, squishy bits within. And incidentally, some of the glitter falls off onto Adrian and shimmers in his hair and across his pecs as he works.
Give me a wizard roll.
I can do that.
And he's gonna conjure a body oil fae, and it's gonna lube him up. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be delicious. You got a
Chocolate.
5.
Summon
All right,
chocolate.
So these ghostly wizard-like hands, they're kind of purple. They caress the earth elemental, and he's going, oh, and it's touching and massaging and groping a little bit all along the earth elemental's body, give it a little in the butt. Yes, we're totally adults. And
You're molesting a mud elemental.
and it does have a nice little, like, it looks like it's been touched with dew, like the morning dew, and the moss gets a little bit greener after that. Like, kind of enjoyed that. And you notice that the heart, where a human heart would be, that area glows a little bit brighter. And you also notice that right here, there's also a bit of a glow, like almost in the third eye.
Excellent.
So there is that. I would like for Alexi and Igraine to make a battle roll, please.
All right. This is where I am a void seductress. No, void assassin. I went
This
the
is
other
where
way.
You shine, but you're a
Yeah.
shadow chick, so that doesn't happen.
Okay. Oh, and I had a question, like a mechanics question. I know
Sure.
when I fail, I take a stress and a determination.
Oh, that's right.
So I have 1 stress, 1 determination. I forget
Okay.
what I can use determination on again.
Adds a dice to rolls
Oh,
later on.
Adds a die to a roll. Okay.
Yeah, so if you're stuck and you're like, I really need this to work, like it's absolute, then you can add
So
a
if I ever
determination.
need to use wizardry,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
clearly beyond me.
But once you use that determination, it's done for the session.
Right. Okay. Great. So I rolled a 5 on my battle.
Okay. You like feel a little bit of the vibration, and you hear the shh from the earth elemental. Jim, I'm sorry, Alexi, what did you get? You got a 1. Okay, so you didn't hear it.
So
Analyzing the water.
I am just gonna take off and start sprinting there, bow outrage, and start saying, "Someone's gonna die!"
Oh dear.
Nice. Are you following?
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Okay.
How can you not follow that?
Skilled. Yeah, I mean.
All right. Everybody just give me a D6 roll real quick.
Ooh, 6.
Okay. So
Are
3
you
and
flipping us off,
3.
Melissa?
No, there's two there. Right here, right like this. There we go.
Two.
Yeah, I
There's-
thought,
Right-
I thought
right
she,
like
she
that.
was going all British on us. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
and then Mitchell and Jim, you both got 3.
Yep.
Okay.
What did I roll?
So you rolled a 5.
Cool.
Okay, so Dave,
D.
you get to let me roll for the elemental. Okay. All right, Dave, what are you doing? You've now had the heart section glow and the third eye glow from your thing and stuff.
Right. I'll cast a minor illusion that like is like arrows pointing, and they caress across the body. So they're like these little things just kind of pulse and point right at these things, for the benefit of the others that are coming.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a wizard roll, please.
A 5.
Okay, so your arrows apply show up, and the earth elemental is like swatting at them. But they're bright, they are outlined somehow, and so they're very easy to see, like what over the heart, what over the eye. Yeah.
Like a little bullseye.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Grolf, what are you doing?
How much do I know about these creatures?
Give me a wizard roll.
There's an arrow pointing at the thing. God,
I need somebody to roll for me.
Right. I'm sorry.
I love how your microphone is hidden by the background
Yeah.
until it's like
Until I
Down
hear,
into
yeah.
the eye.
Yes.
Okay, so
wizard.
Grolf, you know an exceptional amount of about the earth elementals. They were part of a required study with your Path of the Beast major. So what do you want to know?
First off, how smart are they?
They have really good instincts, but they're not book smart.
Not good
So,
conversationalists. Got it.
Yeah.
What do they want usually? Are they usually left as guardians or what?
Yeah. And so they're usually guardians. They're usually protecting either a place or a person.
Okay.
Hey, big guy.
Huh?
What is the problem? What do you want?
Okay. Give me a wizard roll. Never mind. I'll do it.
Give yourself a wizard roll.
Yeah. So it hears you, and so for its turn, it says, "Protect master."
Who's your master? My God, we're gonna be here a while.
Okay.
No, we won't.
Alexi.
No.
Alexi, you somehow outpace Igraine, and that may be because she's
I used the gate.
Yeah, you used a gate, and so you are now upon the scene, and you see Grolf talking to this earth elemental who's kind of scratching his head. There's a giant arrow pointed toward here, and a giant arrow pointed toward here, and Adrian is there, and his cannon is smoking, and that's what you see. What do you do?
It doesn't look like they're fighting with this creature exactly, does it?
Well, the creature is looking very confused, and Grolf is trying to talk to it. You
Okay.
can definitely notice that Beauregard has your brother has cast something on it, but you're not sure if they're in combat or if they're trying to trick it or what.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand the fact that Groff is actually talking to a potential adversary rather than killing it is confusing.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Let's
That's
wait
fair.
until the next scene to determine
Yeah.
just how far this rabbit
You
hole goes.
haven't noticed your brother yet. Don't be strategizing.
That's
They're twins. They're
yeah, well,
telepathic.
Energizing.
That's
well,
right.
still, no. The
We
fact that
connected.
the fact that he is talking to it does tell me something, and so I'm going to. I'm not going to attack the thing. I'm instead going to try to kind of. I'm going to start looking to see if there are any magics around it, and as trying to trace them back to see if I can figure out what their origin is.
Okay.
So I'm
all
kind of
right.
like sort of.
That's why you're the
I'm
smart
like-
bro.
So you're
myself.
trying to figure out where the elementals originated from.
Well, I mean, I kind of figure I know the plane, but as I'm trying to figure out sort of how and ideally by whose hand it got here, if I
Okay.
can.
Okay, give me a wizard roll.
Okay, here we go. I stare into the void,
Mm-hmm.
muttering to myself. I got a 6.
Okay. So you can see. So you know the different triangle symbols for the elements of earth, air, fire, and water, and so there are little symbols for earth, which is a upward facing triangle, I believe.
It
And
is
you
now.
see it like doing little Pac-Man dots back around and down the doorway to the restricted section, which you have never been allowed in, but you see that it's going that way.
Clearly, this is an emergency.
We get to go into the forbidden
You
section.
also see a little hint of the sign for air as well, that is going from that doorway down to the restricted section, and it is up and towards the romance section. Okay. Mitchell, Adrian, what are you doing?
Adrian will look at this worthy adversary and say, I see you deserve my ultimate move. And he'll take a step back, place his hands on his
God.
zipper, and start pulling
Adrian,
down. There's
don't.
this... The art of hyperdimensional splendor. Then he's going to hear Ygraine say something about killing, and then he'll instead zip it back up and try to find the nearest orgy to hide in.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you heard the
Someone's gonna die.
Yeah, I'm like, nope.
All right.
Move over.
So, give me a battle roll.
I don't wanna.
Bitches, zip it up in time.
I zipped it on my art of hyperdimensional splendor, and it hurts. I got a 4.
Got a
That's
4.
successful.
Okay, you do snag it a little bit on your
Ah!
skin, which elicits a little bit of a yelp.
There's
And
like
you
a.
do see an open conference room that you can go and run into.
So I just hop into the orgy, just like, excuse me. It's like fly in there.
Unfortunately, nobody is in there.
No, I'd rather risk desk. I can't just hide in a broom closet. It's either an orgy or nothing.
It has standards.
Well, that's
Exactly.
gonna make it very interesting around the library.
Okay. So Igraine, you see Alexi has popped out of his dimensional doorway out, and he's not casting anything. You see 2 big arrows, one over the middle of the earth elemental's forehead and one over the heart. It looks like a big shit monster with moss growing off of it.
yeah, I'm gonna murder the hell out of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Give me
Never been
a
so
battle
happy you had a
roll.
bow weapon.
What I'm gonna do is Igraine is like full on booking it, and so like this thing's in between 2 stacks, right? Right? Is that like
Yeah, like it's so there is a stack of books, and then is the wall of conference rooms.
Mhm.
But this area is technically called the Stacks.
So is there a bookshelf that I could run and then run up kind of parkour matrix style to like shoot it from above while doing like one of those kickflip kind of things? Like, cause
Give me a battle roll.
Even
yeah.
better question: do I see any of this shit about to happen before I get
No,
splatted by the
you
monster?
are-
Oh, good.
You are talking to this creature.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
But you
And
have
then
heard
requires
someone's
all of your
gonna
attention.
die.
so Void Assassin does Void Assassin things.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and I definitely rolled a 6 there.
There you go. Okay,
5
so
and a 6.
so you bamf into shadow, and all anybody sees and feels, there's this whoosh of air that goes by Alexi, causing his cloak to flap forward, and then dashing through the books, a couple of loose pages go flying up the bookshelf next to this earth elemental, and then out of nowhere this shadowy ball turns into Igraine Shadowborn, and she jump kicks this thing right in the shoulder.
Oh no,
Can you give me a
bow.
oh
Pew,
but
pew.
you said you said you were gonna jump kick it.
Did I?
You did.
I thought I
She
was
also
doing a
said shoot it.
cartwheel and shoot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cartwheel shoot.
Jump
All
kick
right,
it
so
with your
somebody else
bow.
said, all right.
Because
so,
sorry, but
You can-
I could just hit it with my bow. Just be
It's-
so mad.
okay.
She
so
forgot
you
to
hit it
shoot
with
an
the bow.
arrow.
All right, can you roll
Incensed.
1d6 for me,
Okay.
please?
Okay. There we
So
go.
pissed I forgot to use an arrow. I just wanted to beat the crap out of this thing.
Yeah. I meant to use an arrow. What do I actually do?
You actually hit it with the side of your bow. You
Oh
actually
yeah.
you've reinforced your bow for this purpose.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Just murder rage, just like I had to think about a peaceful time. It's your fault.
okay, and what did you roll?
I rolled a 2 on that. So
Okay.
we're gonna see how that goes.
So you hit it right in the neck, and it comes down to a little bit closer to where the one arrow is hitting. So you hit it, and it goes, oh, not nice.
Your face is
Um,
not nice.
But you land behind it, 3-point landing somehow, like
Marvel
like
landing.
you did a shadow bamf behind it.
Yeah.
So Grolf is right in front of it. You are now behind it going yeah. Okay. The chat is killing me. I love my friends and I love my girlfriend. That's all. Okay. Beauregard, it is your turn. You
Beauregard is
just
going
watched
to.
Igraine do something of legendary proportions.
I always have legendary proportions.
See, we kind of have different definitions of legendary, I think, perhaps. I'm just saying. Actually, no, that's exactly what he does.
Just
Igraine, aren't you supposed to shoot arrows out of a bow and not actually hit the damn thing with it? Don't you know how that thing works?
I'm working on it, okay? You don't understand what I just went through.
I'm using my sexy to enrage her even more against the beast.
Okay.
Great.
So let's have a sexy battle. So you.
But what
you
if
roll
I'm
sexy.
into it? Do I have to roll if I'm into it?
If you're into it, I guess you don't have to. But I would love to see a sexy stare off. I mean, that would be cool.
Oh yeah. Okay, I gotta assert my sexy dominance.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right.
This is probably not gonna go well for me.
Probably not.
Well, man, I rolled a 4. That's my highest.
I rolled a 3 and a 6.
Okay, so even though you are trying to enrage
Igraine.
thank you. Your taunts actually kind of
Yeah.
get her to raise the eyebrow.
I can role play this one. I'm like,
Yeah, go for it.
you want to show me how to string my bow later?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And there's a little mustache twirl. Great. That's perfect. Okay, Grolf. Your earth elemental friend is now hurt and very confused and a little angry.
Hey, kids, why don't you shut the fuck up? Adults are talking over here. Sorry about that. Now, where is your master?
And give me a wizard roll because you're trying to.
Oh no, you give me a wizard roll.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I
I do
used
that
my
just
sexy
so you-
powers.
I do that just so you use your sexy powers on me. Okay, you got a 4. The creature is like, Master said wizard's bad.
Guy sounds like he has good taste. Where is he?
So let's see. You got a 4. No, the earth elemental is just gonna like do the little huff thing that a toddler does, and then turn around towards Igraine and say, "You not nice," and it's gonna try to hit you.
Okay.
Can you make a battle roll, and I will make a battle roll?
Okay, I will make a battle roll.
You made a pile of stool very angry.
Yeah. I rolled a 3, a 4, and a 6, so 6 would be my highest.
You successfully avoid the gigantic hand of moss and mud and stone coming down at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna twirl my shadow cloak and make it appear that there's like 7 images of me that it hits instead.
Ooh,
Right.
ooh, I love it. Okay. So now it is Alexi's turn. You are muted. There you go.
There we are. Yes, I think that. You see, I know that Igraine wants badly to wallop on this thing, so I'm going to instead of banishing it immediately, which would probably be the smart thing to do. I'm going to. I'm just going to try to hinder the elemental magically. I'm going to. It's already in a bit of a fog, so I'm going to sort of increase that. Try to sort of daze it magically. I'm going to basically attempt to cast a thing on it so that it's not sure exactly where it's where it's aiming.
Okay, give me a wizard roll.
So I cry out, by the testament of the enigma and the meandering labyrinth of the dream lords, be ye confounded! And I got a 4.
Okay. So you do that, and the mist takes place, and the earth elemental looks up and inhales real deep, and it takes it in.
It's righteous, dude.
Yeah. Oh, missed good. Okay. Adrian, what are you doing? You have run into a conference room, and there was no one in there for an orgy.
Well, now that that's off the table, I will pull my 2 vibrating nunchucks from my cannon and go forth like. And I'm not trying to hit anything. I'm just trying to be as sexy as possible as I toss off my cloak.
So you're trying to
and
distract it by being sexy?
And
Okay.
and I turn each one to like 11. It's like.
Like vibrating nunchucks, or are these like just like magic wands that you've tied the cords together and just like some like what's going on here?
It's
You
definitely
romanced the shit out of the chalkboard, let me tell you.
It's definitely a wand of sorts, with kind of a multi-use type of wand that does several things.
It is magical.
It is magical. It does do magic.
According to several reports, it is magical. Yes.
Since the goal here is for you to be sexy, I will.
I got a 6.
Okay. Okay. Let me see here.
Let's
The
do
Earth
this.
Elemental also got a 6. So
Oh, snap.
give me another roll.
Does that mean he gets a stress? I forget what ties.
Yes, you do get a stress.
Yeah, let's do this. I'm like, sweat glistening off my brow. I turn it to 12. And it goes,
Oh my god!
and I got a 4.
Okay, that time you succeed, and like there is a shimmer from and a vibration tone from these wands that makes the creature turn and look at you, and it tries to match the hum. It is very confused, but is trying to match that frequency. Igraine, your turn.
Oh.
The creature does not have its face toward you.
Then I shoot it in the ass. Right?
Well, its head is turned, its front is toward you.
Oh, its front is towards me. Is there still like the
There is
alert
still an
arrow?
arrow. There is still an arrow on its heart.
So I am going to use the void bow for its intended purposes.
Okay.
I'm going to be like, Beauregard, watch this. And you do my shooting.
Okay. Go ahead
I guess
and
it's the best I got. All right.
do a battle roll.
Yeah. And I have a request about the void bow and how it works. Obviously, you can determine it, but I have ideas.
Go for it.
I got a 2, a 3, and a 5.
Okay.
And so I think Igraine thinks the void bow obliterates anything that it hits. And I think that the void bow sucks things into a void dimension, right? It doesn't actually kill them, and they're still all there waiting for me someday.
Okay. So, roll a d6 for me real quick.
You're gonna need more than one arrow.
4.
Okay. So describe how this creature gets sucked into the void.
Yeah. Okay. So it starts from the tip of the arrow. And like a web of blackness kind of radiates out in it that kind of like all of a sudden you realize that it's shadow and darkness reaching around it, but it's not just shadow, it's nothing, and you could see through the creature, and then all of a sudden it just like a vacuum sucks it all in right into the tip of the arrow, and the arrow goes ping and lands on the floor.
Oh, all right, everybody. You have just watched the most badass thing happen from Igraine, because all of a sudden there was a giant mud monster there, and now, ding. And all that's left are muddy footprints and cracks in the marble floor.
Yeah, Adrian sheds a single tear and says, I should not have brought out the wands. It was too powerful. I vanquished my foe. And he'll put his vibrating wands back into his cannon.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry you all had to watch that.
Well, that was fucking awesome. I'm so fucking glad the people with all the brains are the fucking idiots in this goddamn party. How the hell are we gonna find out who sent that thing here after you got it stoned, molested it, and then fucking made it vanish?
So Alexi, you see now that the earth symbol has faded. The air symbol is still going. And it still comes out from the restricted section.
Yeah. I believe they're coming from the restricted section. That's where the lines originate.
Oh, the restricted section. There's books in there with very graphic images, moves I have yet to master. It takes lots of stretching. We should go.
I think we have a mandate to do so.
We do have a mandate. Little B, I like you.
Ding!
More by the passing hour.
Grawl, people keep talking, and I don't listen to people when they talk, but you seem upset that I murdered the thing.
Yeah.
Did you
You
want to
could've
murder
told-
the thing?
No, I
I'm
didn't want to
sorry.
murder the thing.
The next one's yours. I'll let you kill it.
Why don't you ask what the fuck it wants and what it's doing there before you? But yeah, you're dumber than I am.
Whoever asked a rock a question? That's insanity, my good friend.
Adrian,
Insanity.
one more remark out of you, and I'm gonna use my glaive on your hair.
I'm not dumb, I'm pretty.
Rolf, you and me.
So are the supermodels that made my coat. What is your point?
When you mention that, there's a slight moan and gasp from your cloak.
Ooh, sexy.
Yeah, like it's scary, but it's kind of hot at the same time.
Do you guys want to take a 5-minute break?
No, but you want to be next on the coat?
Yes.
Okay, so does anybody need an IRL 5-minute break?
No,
Good.
I'm good.
Are we good? Okay.
I'm fine. Yeah, I still have a drink.
Okay.
Good. All right, then. All right, so you hear a tornado. It comes toward you, and like books are flying, shelves are falling over. It's a micro burst, and it comes over. And if you could see a tornado look down and look like it's using pages as a face, it looks one way, looks the other, and then rushes down into the restricted section.
Ooh, can I give it a parting shot as it flies by?
Sure. Give me a battle roll.
Excellent. I turn around and drop trowel and provide a passing, what I call the reverse art of hyperdimensional splendor, as a little toot escapes my butt.
Okay.
For a 4. I
So
only
are
have.
you writing this porno exactly? 'Cause,
But like, did you just have to roll to fart?
It's magical
Well,
reverse fart.
To
This is-
fart with accuracy.
Exactly.
If this is being recorded, we need to send this to Chuck Tingle.
oh my God,
This
we
is
just
This is
gold.
being
started a South
recorded.
Park
It's gonna
episode.
go on YouTube.
Oh no.
Somebody link Chuck Tingle.
I'll never get a job.
Or
Or I'll get a very
Or
specific
several.
job. Find me on the interwebs.
Okay. Bring it back in,
At
folks.
Crystal Cannon. Not.
So you actually do hit with accuracy, and there is a little windy shriek as it goes down the stairs.
I pull back my perfect pants over my tight buttocks. I say, well.
And Alexi, you notice that the arrows that were going out that have the symbol of air are now retreating down. So what are you all doing?
Grolf, what do you want to do?
Well, I was thinking about hanging out with the Mud Boy, but you guys kind of fucked that up. So
Yes, can we move past that?
no.
What would you
I'm not
like to
gonna
do
move past
now?
that. Besides cutting off Adrian's head, I think we probably ought to make our way to the restricted section. But,
Lead the way, won't you?
but I got an idea first. I think it's time to have a chat with the rats.
The
Oh, okay.
rats.
The rats.
Is that a euphemism for something?
Every building's got rats. They see stuff, they hear stuff, they know stuff that's going on that none of us even have a clue about. And if you numbnuts had actually taken the studies, you know you can talk to them a little bit, at least ask them some questions.
At the
Rolf?
sound of the words rats coming from your deep and rumbly voice, a beautiful, pristine black and white rat comes scurrying around the corner, and you called?
Well, hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Growth.
How you doing?
Hi.
You want to tell me what the hell's going on down here?
Oh, okay. So we were listening in the walls, and there was like a whoosh, and then a boom, 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 and then a blip, 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 blip. And so we just stayed in there, but we were listening, and then so all those things, they went back up here, and then there was an evil man, and he downstairs, and he goes, oh no, I don't know how the wizards do those smells. Anyway, so he did the thing, and then he opened a secret door. we didn't even know there was a secret door, but it was a secret door. And then he went down under the restriction section, and it was weird.
All right, anybody up for a dungeon crawl?
Oh, you know it.
Aren't you afraid you'll get some slime in your hair?
Rolf,
Hopefully.
enough. Lead the
Alright.
way.
Fine.
Okay.
All right, little guy. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Goes away. I love playing rats. I need an alcohol.
You played right into her hands, Cooley. Well done. Well done.
He knows me so well. All right. So you all head toward the restricted section, and you get down to the bottom of the stairs to the door that is locked, and nobody's there.
Is there normally a guard?
To the restricted section, no. Alexi would know that there are certain wards that are on the key to the restricted section that will allow entry. Because Alexi, you've been there before for your studies. Pardon me. I got distracted by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Chat.
As you should.
Don't look at the chat. It's a bad thing.
But I get so many inspirations from them. So you know that the key with the sigils on it will take down the magical wards as well as open the door. So so you personally know that there is no way to physically break down the door. Can I have you all roll a d6, please? Grolf, you got a 6.
Yeah.
A 1, 6, 5, 4. Okay. So, other than Beauregard, everybody else can see some scorch marks on the wall next to the door, and what looks like a couple of different handprints in the soot. So it looks like someone pressed in a specific area to get in.
Beauregard is working on a stain that got into his elbow. I hate when that happens.
So
So a keypad in the wall, essentially.
how many handprints are there?
There are 5 prints.
Okay, so first I'm going to be like, Adrian, I need your help.
Oh, you have it.
Clearly, this is a game of Twister. And if my hands go here, your hands need to go there.
Ah, yes, the serpent and the dragon. I know this one.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
But then I'm like, wait, there's one more hand.
I
Looks
think
like-
I know what to do. And I'll just kind of pelvic thrust into it.
It's too, as talented as you are, you do not have mastery of 0G.
Can I unlock my art of hyperdimensional splendor to press the button?
Make a roll.
I unzip
what,
the
Make a
pants.
wizard roll.
He is hyperdimensional. I mean, there's this little
So it'd be
portal
like a
opens
little,
up here, a little portal opens up there.
yeah, a little portal opens up there, and his schlong just comes jumping out of it. Oh, what's going on here?
I got a 3.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
You
no.
try, but then you realize that the
I'm just going to say my butt's in the way.
sure, we'll go with that.
Like your grain,
Egret's-
dad ass is in the way.
Egret's beautiful form does not allow for you to turn that way.
Mhm.
Turn and lift.
We need a third partner.
We need a third
Perhaps
person.
I could be of service.
Oh, you come here, little
Okay.
bee.
All right. And so
let me slide in here. Hold on. Is that handhold right over there? That's the one that you need
Yeah.
pressed?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
With
Hold
your
on.
pelvis.
Hold on.
No, it's with his hand. It's with his hand.
Oh,
I know, but I need to get between the two of you.
Yeah,
Okay,
stretch,
all
my
right.
make a
friend.
sexy
Come,
roll,
Just,
Beauregard.
come in here.
Beauregard, give me a sexy roll real quick.
Oh, I can do that. You hear that sexy? Listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
That is the sound of some serious sexy. With a 6, very
Yeah.
sexy. And 2 5s.
Critical
2 5s and a
sexy.
6.
Mhm.
So sexy.
All right. So you definitely get in there.
Oh yeah,
and,
I'm in there. I'm in there.
And you all count 1, 2, 3, and push. And
Oh,
yeah, that's how it feels. Um,
Just like
and-
Twister.
the wall retracts. It's kind of like getting into Diagon Alley in the first Harry Potter movie. So the bricks kind of form back out, and you see a staircase that goes down.
Yeah, we showed that wall.
Yeah, I get up. You two should really join my Pilates class. I think you would be brilliant. Especially you, little B. You did things there under me that I haven't seen in about 10 minutes.
I don't do
Alexi,
classes.
Alexi, make a wizard roll, please.
That would be a 5.
Okay, you have heard of the myth of a terracotta army hidden beneath the school. But no one had ever found anything that that would serve as a passageway or any proof. But this might be the first sign.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's up to you whether or not you tell the rest of them. But you are the most studious of the group. You have been in this library so much that you know these kinds of secrets.
So I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, it might be true.
what's
We
That's all
may
you tell
find
us.
ourselves among-
What's that,
Yeah, that's all I say.
Alexi?
No. Hang on.
Yeah.
You have to let the engine of RP unfurl.
Oh,
Uh,
God, he's gonna
yeah.
talk. Wake me up when he finishes with the end.
Well, if you would, if you had studied, you'd know what lies under there. Then.
God, you're sick. You are just not so sexy right now. Just spit it out, Alexi.
Well, if you insist.
You're narrating like
All-
Shatner. Get
all
on
the
with it.
libraries all the librarians in the chat are going, yes.
Tell me more.
Once upon a time, long ago, there was a legend of many warriors that were held in reserve for a very long time. They were made of clay, terracotta.
I nudge
exactly.
Igraine and say, "Pay attention."
Oh, she's already. She's gone. She's gone down the hallway.
Not
With the
quick
bow. Just like he started
Sorry,
talking.
carry on, Lexi.
No one
Carry
has
on,
any.
bud.
Seems
you
no
have a
one has
Spark
any,
Notes version of
appreciation
this?
for such things. Look out for a bunch of statues with weapons. Let's go.
Why didn't you just get to that in the first place? Let's get through this damn door.
This is sexy school, not wizard school.
Your talents are
Sexy wizard
unappreciated,
school.
Alexi. I understand you. I understand.
Somebody
The
go
art
get
of
the
storytelling
shadow
is dead.
Pat him on the back.
Somebody
I know
go
you
get
can
the
do.
assassin. Get her over here.
Tell a story with your pectorals, Alexi. Try that next time.
From the diaphragm.
Alexi, make a sexy roll real quick.
Okay.
Okay, he says. Oh God.
Yeah.
Have to.
I got a 4.
Okay, so Alexi starts retelling, and with a little bit of effort, his pecs start moving with the cadence of his words.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead, start again.
That's amazing.
Alexi, are you seeing this? Look down.
You're just sort of going like.
You've achieved Kundalini activation, my friend.
They're rising, my friend.
Like a dog's leg twitching. You
I'm going to start off down, and just sort of as I'm walking, I'm going to just sort of say, once long ago, it was said that there was a tragedy that befell many, and all, and the lords of this place, to protect it, had constructed warriors that would be kept in waiting until the final days when they would be most in need, only to be activated by their master's voice, or some such thing. The legends vary about this, Some say it's a voice, some say it's a spell, some say there's some other trigger that could happen. But goodness knows, whatever they're doing, they're after something ancient that only this place has. And we must beat them to it. If this place is
Dun,
desert,
dun.
Yeah, and you've said this
Lovely.
while you're walking down the stairs, and you get into it. Like, suddenly, all of your sexy classes start to make sense as you're telling the story with such
It's an
fervor,
epiphany.
and your hips start sashaying. Your rest of your group that's there, with the exception of
Igraine.
Igraine, who's
Igraine.
gone on by herself, is like fascinated and actually listening to you.
holy crap.
It
Yes.
feels kind of heady.
I've
Have
taken
that
notes
attention.
for you.
That's why you do this.
It's my spark notes.
Spark notes.
Did I get the gist of the story?
That's all we needed to know.
Uh,
That's
You
all we
need
needed
some
to know,
like hip
Adrian.
motion noise, like little hip motion lines, and,
Oh,
then,
that's fair.
and then just be like, danger, terracotta, right? And that's
It's
And
basically
System of a Down starts playing, and the whole party goes to hell. Yeah, I know how this works.
Terracotta Peril.
Oh God.
There we go.
There we go.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. So now, everybody still good? Everybody still okay?
Yeah, good.
I asked because we didn't bring this up at the beginning of the show. If anybody in the game feels uncomfortable at any time, just give me an X symbol and I will retract, rewind, and then we'll start that scene over. If anybody in the chat feels uncomfortable, give me an N so that I can move on and we'll fade to black or whatever. All right. Yes, I have 10 out of 14 hit points left because both Cooley and Mitch have both tried to kill me. So you go down the stairs and there is an opening, and above the doorway is there are several skulls. Very ominous feeling. You get the feeling that the shadows are trying to pull you in. For you, Igraine, this actually feels very comfortable.
I love this place. Why
yeah.
haven't I been here before? This is my home.
Oh yeah, it's a heady feeling. You like it a lot. Like it is full of shadowmancy. The rest
So,
of
like-
you, it's like cobwebs on your skin, and
So-
it.
I would think that the party would have caught up to me because I would have stopped by the skull doorway with all the shadows and I'm trying to figure out how to take a magical selfie, but I can't remember how to do that because I kept skipping classes.
Make a wizard roll.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to do so well, but I got a 2.
Yeah.
What do I do instead of taking a magical selfie?
You try to write it on your hand with the tip of your of one of your arrows scratching your skin, and so you're trying to do that.
Yeah. So I'm just like trying to sketch myself, and then like,
but in that sketch, you're making the weirdest face.
yeah. Oh, I'm not a
Thank-
good drawer. It's
Well, you can thank the
stick
girl
figure.
fiend for that one.
Yeah.
Cast
Okay.
a light spell. Lumatos.
Oh yeah. For you, Beauregard, this is the absolute pit.
Yes.
This is the most depressing place you've ever been. It would
We-
only be made slightly better if there were a bar.
Oh, I'm carrying the bar with me. All we need is some disco lights and a bit of shimmer and brightness to dispel the gloom of this place, which
Can
is
you give
exactly
me-
what I'm going to bring to the table.
Can you give me a wizard roll, please?
I would love to. A 5.
Okay. So the darkness tries to consume the lights that you've created, but your lure of light is just strong enough to keep them off. And so you see a little bit into the doorway, and you see that there are crypts with different names above them. Everybody make a wizard roll for me.
Rule for me, sweet thing.
Waiting for it.
Just like
I-
that too, don't you?
I
That's
do.
like-
I do. You Grolf, you know who we got a 3, we got a 6, we got a 6, and we got a 2. Okay.
Yeah.
My selfie light is in the way. I put it. There we go. Now I can see everybody. Okay. So everybody who rolled a 5 or better recognizes that the names above each of these crypts are old headmasters.
Oh, yeah, I would not recognize that.
Yeah, because you don't go to class.
You don't know the current headmasters. Never mind the old ones.
What's a headmaster? Oh, actually, I think I know.
Oh,
what a
you know what a
headmaster
headmaster is.
I do.
Phrasing.
All right, so we you all take a few steps in. You notice that there are dusty footprints heading further in. There is a couple of swirls in the dust on the floor. Again, some scorched marks, a couple of mud plops, and some water. And that seems to be based in the back corner of this chamber, where a magic circle has been created. You do also notice that there is an additional antechamber behind.
Grolf?
Do the crypts look disturbed otherwise?
The crypts look fine. You don't see. Well, give me a wizard roll. I'll give you the wizard roll. You did not succeed. So you are fascinated by what's going on, and you're actually looking for little rat holes because the rats didn't know what was going on down here. So you're like trying to find any little way where you could like show them where this place is and explore more, but you're not seeing anything.
Okay.
What's
Grolf,
everybody
I
else
think
doing?
your priorities are slightly misaligned.
I think I
That's
rolled
fine.
a critical fail, or as I like to call it, a Beauregard.
Ho, 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 ho.
Fucking believe you nearly pushed them
No.
out of my nose.
Oh, take
Grin is
stress.
the one skilled at throwing shade, Grolf. Play to your strengths, son. Play to your strengths.
All right. So what are you doing?
Oh,
Check out the circle. Oh, possible.
Sure. You go up to the circle, and it is an 8-pointed circle. Like there are 8 points within the circle, and it looks like a very complicated but essentially simple elemental summoning circle. The reason that it looks so complicated is because it was trying to enforce the strength of the elementals themselves. Yeah, but that's what you know about it.
Okay. I'll relay that.
Alexia, do you have the skill to banish the things that this star summoned?
Oh yeah, I've done one already.
Well, why don't we get rid of that tornado that blew by us, so when we confront the ultimate master, he doesn't have any of his minions to back his play.
I did
Yeah,
put
I
a
don't
tracking
think I-
device on it.
I don't think I can shoot a tornado.
Not with that attitude.
Don't sell yourself short,
Oh,
Okay.
Rain.
yeah.
If anybody could shoot a tornado, it's you, sweetheart.
You all say the nicest things to me. I should really remember your names.
Now, if only you'd make yourself disappear.
We just don't want to get shot. That's all.
All right, Alexi, give me a wizard roll.
Sure. 5.
Yeah. So very easily, you use the same incantation that you used on the water elemental, and you put your umbral shield on the circle, and it dissipates in a cloud of dust.
Cool.
Oh, you destroy
And-
things too.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
great.
Oh, that's right. You missed it. You missed
Displaced.
him saving your life. Got it.
No, I was dreaming
Yeah. Yeah.
That.
of
Uh,
peace.
Dismissed would perhaps be a more accurate term, but quite.
So
Well, let's go see the author of all of this mayhem and pandemonium.
She's
all
right there in the lower left-hand corner.
Oh, yeah.
Not you, you're on the right.
No, I know them. I bet it was someone.
Are we taking bets on who we believe is the nefarious person behind all this?
I bet it was Galadriel.
Anybody else have a bet?
Galadriel?
It's got to be Jester and Lexi. No
I
sign
think
of
it's
them anywhere.
Chester and Trixie.
I think
Yeah,
it's
Trixie.
Prince.
Mm.
Yeah, they came in. Yeah, that's it. They came toward the back, but
We never found them.
Yeah.
not yet.
It must be Prince.
I do like Trixie.
Speaking
other
of prints, are there footprints around here or anything like that leading off?
There was one set of footprints, as I recall, right, Spence?
Correct.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna go down?
I think
If
we
I've
are.
stopped checking mouse holes, yeah.
Yeah. You've satisfied yourself that you can't find one, and you're very disappointed.
Damn rats.
So you move the lights down further into a very dark, winding staircase. And it feels like it goes on for 5-10 minutes. Then you finally get to the bottom. And you see that there's light ahead. It kind of looks like daylight. And as you go into the opening, there's a huge, cavernous room. It's about the size of the bottom half of the island, of the floating castle, if you've ever seen it, from down in the villages below when you've been deployed. And there are openings, like slightly larger than man-sized openings on the edges. At the end of the cavernous room is a man holding a staff and giving a rousing speech. For too long, you have been imprisoned in this dark cell only to be used by the wizards above you. No more. Now you are free to rain havoc and chaos on the peoples below who
We are?
would keep you entrapped. He is talking to
Talking to the Terracotta Warriors.
He's talking to all of these terracotta warriors that are lined up, and there are hundreds of them. And they clang together and go, "Kung ah!" with everything that this wizard is saying. This wizard is Elrond levels of hot.
Oh
Okay.
my.
Elrond with shirt open and very excellent posture. Conservative in dress with the exception of that V. Long, glorious hair. Very thorned crown above his head. And he's just very, yes. How far does the V go? The V goes almost to the navel.
Call me Mr. Anderson.
Have
Yes.
we ever seen The Summer King?
You have never seen the Summer Monarch, but you can realize that this is actually an elf, not a fae.
Mm.
Or at least that's what it appears to be. So everybody give me a sexy roll.
This is just to remain confident in the face of so much sexy
Rolf,
awesome.
you get a 6.
Oh,
You get a 5, 4, 6,
Oh,
6. Okay,
10 is not
awesome.
an option, Dave.
You have successfully resisted his sexiness. He is but he is making all of these terracotta warriors ready, and they start lining up for those large man-sized holes. So
Can I
I beg your pardon.
go for it.
can I get in line?
Well, I mean, you've
Like-
resisted the thing, but if this is totally in your alliance,
This
then-
is like he's talking about like being freed from classes and just going creating havoc.
Speaking my
Havoc,
language.
Like I am in, and I was like, and I'm just gonna like straight up go up to him and be like, "Hey."
and he's gonna look at you and go, "Hey,
I want to destroy things.
oh my dear," and he reaches out his hand to you and takes your hand and pats it gently and says, Are you a kindred soul who
I
wants
don't-
to rain terror upon those who are weak?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh, never in 1,000 years have I ever thought to meet someone who saw my need for chaos. Tell me your name.
Igraine,
Igraine.
what's your name?
It's James. Just James.
James. James, sir, if you don't mind, I too would like to get down on my knees.
Oh my.
Little B, are
this
you
your
in?
Is this your subservient?
Yes, yes,
I
I
don't
am.
like being subservient. No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I'm
Hey.
submissive.
Hey, while they're distracting him, can I try to counter the spell that he's?
Sure. So you, Alexi, notice that he has a very large spell circle around him and two smaller circles outside of it. So you can tell it's going to take a couple of attempts to break down all of these circles. So which circle are you starting with?
I think we're going from the outside in.
Okay. All right, give me a wizard roll.
All right, here we go.
Oh, actually, hang on. Everybody roll a d6 for this. Do we have any sixes?
I have no idea.
Okay. So, and he rolled a 6. So 6. All right. Any fives?
We got Alexi.
Okay. Alexi. 4s? No 4s. 3?
That's me.
Okay. Grain. 2s.
There's our lovely Adrian.
Oh wait. I'm sorry. Grolf also had a 3. So 2 is Adrian, and 1 is.
Remember when I said something about Beauregard and critical fail?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
Something in his eyes.
so to start off with,
Alice.
just James. Yes, just James. This is for you. Is going to summon a couple of terracotta warriors to his side, and that's all he does this round. Alexi, go ahead and make your wizard roll.
Here we go. 5.
Okay, so you take out one of the two outside circles.
Sort of muttering to myself by the frozen codex, tangled and the tangled vines of the tranquil dominion be unwound.
That's fantastic.
I wrote down a bunch of spells a few minutes ago, so
I want to use them all.
Do it. Igraine and Grolf. Who wants to go first?
What are the Terracotta Warriors doing?
So far he's summoning 2 of them because and it looks like they are meant to detain those of you that are not flocking to just James's side.
Gotcha.
2 of them?
Yes, there are 2 of them.
I'm wounded. I'm deeply wounded.
That he would only bring 2?
Exactly. Thank you.
I'm gonna say that since I have high battle, I'm not unobservant. I'm just apathetic usually. But I'm gonna
It's not
notice.
that I don't see, I just don't care.
Yeah. But I'm gonna see that Alexi is clearly doing something, and I'm gonna say loudly with no tact, "Wait, are we fighting? Are we fighting them? What am I doing?" What am I supposed to do right now?
On
Smart
our-
people.
On our knees, I believe.
Oh, we're fighting? Okay. I'm gonna shoot. Who should I shoot? Who am I shooting?
James.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Give me a battle roll.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a 6. I got a 1, a 5, and a 6.
Okay, so you definitely strike him. Are you shooting him?
Oh yeah, I'm shooting him
Okay,
Just
roll a
the
d6
tip.
for me.
with the arrow. Let's see, and I rolled a 6 on that too. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
So, you shoot the arrow, and there is some kind of barrier around Just James, and so it flashes blue, and he is, he's like, but darling shadowy goddess, I thought you, and that's all he says. Grolf, what are you doing?
Grelf has decided that since everybody else wants to destroy shit, Grelf wants to destroy shit too.
And what are you going to try to destroy?
Join us.
Grelf is going to try and see how many terracotta warriors he can scatter and smash in one twirl of his glaive.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Give me a bad. Oh, I have to do the battle roll. All right. Okay. Yeah. You twirl your glaive, and you take out one of the terracotta warriors that's coming up, and then one of them that just hasn't been activated. It was like in line to go out the tunnel. So yeah, you take 2 of them out with a mighty swing of your glaive. Igraine, I'm sorry, I cut you off a little bit right before we moved to Grolf. Was there anything else you wanted to say?
I'm really getting in character because I do not remember.
Great.
You were talking and I didn't hear it.
Okay. All right, Adrian, you are on your knees in front of Just James, and you've seen that Igraine has tried to shoot an arrow at him, and there is some kind of shield around him.
Remember, Igraine, delayed, is just staring at the fact that the arrow bounced off a shield, and then he goes, "He's cheating!"
It looks like it's time for my ultimate attack.
Oh,
And
God.
on my knees, I will turn around and say, "It will bounce like a penny," as I start twerking to activate my magic.
Okay,
It's like a earthquake starts happening, like boom, 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 boom.
Give me a wizard roll, please.
I know it's somatic magic, but like that's
All right. So you successfully say the right words, and you are twerking, and there is a dun, dun, dun,
Make it
dun,
clap.
boop,
Make it clap.
boop, the pats, and boop, the pats, and boop, the pats, and the first row of terracotta warriors going out towards the first hole from where you are all crumble. However, one of the terracotta warriors that was heading towards you all is not caught in that.
Oh no. This ass is
Beauregard.
vulnerable.
guy.
Beauregard, what are you doing?
Little B.
Save his ass!
It's out in the wind. It's cold.
I run over to Adrian. I said, Adrian, only by combining our powers
Yes.
can we overcome this evil. And Beauregard tears away, and you find this immaculate manicured suit is actually a tearaway suit.
Yes.
And suddenly you see the rift shield is a tattoo across his brazenly, hairy, grayish, hairy chest, rippled abs. He's wearing a G-string, and that's it. And this shield tattoo is everywhere. Only with the power of the rift and the hyper splendor of your
Hyperdimensionalism.
hyperdimensional splendor,
Dad ass.
we break through his shield.
So you're trying to break through the shield.
That's right.
Okay, give me a sexy roll. All of a sudden, it turns into sandstorm and children coming together. Yeah. So give me another roll, just 1d6.
1d6. 6.
Yes. So the glory of your immaculate wizard bod with the elaborate rift tattoo along your chest sends a shockwave out towards Igraine and Adrian and Just James, and the glowing shield around Just James shatters. And Just James is like, interesting.
It should rain on ourselves like we're all getting wet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's
Glitter.
Like flash
Everywhere.
dance, right?
It is glitter. It sprays into glitter and falls on you like mist, collecting in a magical shiny display. So much so that it's reflecting the light from the little manholes that are, and so there's
Oh man.
it's all refracting around the room in a wonderful fireworks type display. Okay. We go to the top of the round, Just James, and Just James is so very disappointed at but I thought you saw what I wanted to do, and he's gonna try to sexy you back, Igraine.
Bring your grain back into the fold.
I think that he should have a negative because he just got glitter in my shadow.
Oh,
You should have a
that is
penalty.
fair. That is fair. So I will say that he fails because he only got a 4.
Oh, and you just got.
It was close, but
Oh,
then
Close.
I like chaos, but you just got glitter in my shadow. And the smart Thane brother told me to shoot you, and I believe him. Because he's a wizard.
he's a
And
wizard,
he
Harry.
stands up a little taller and says, "Very well." Alexi, it is your turn.
I actually, I kind of am given pause for just a second because Igraine complimented me, and I'm like, oh, and but then for just a second, I'm like, focus. And
Focus,
so
focus.
I look at I look to try to work on the inner circle, to try to undo it, and I think I'm going to use my point of determination on this.
Okay. So give me a wizard roll with an extra die for your point of determination.
By the glow of the infinite ember and the silvery arc of the eternal lightning god, I command you be undone. And I got a 4.
Okay. So
Good enough.
the first circle of the giant circle dissipates. All right. Next is Igraine and next is Igraine and Grolf.
Do you want Grolf to go first?
Paul, that's up to you.
Grolf always goes first. Let the lady go first one time.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty good at hogging the spotlight. Igraine is gonna pull back her bow again, and I just want to acknowledge the fact that Evil James is
Just James.
Evil.
Is point blank in front of her. Like, she didn't back up,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just gonna string.
And that makes
longbow.
it really hard to
Yeah.
shoot something that's right in front of you because you need room to do a full draw.
Yeah, but no, she's just gonna be like, you were cheating. I'm mad at you now.
You got
And
glitter in my shadow.
just shoot him. Just shoot him. Yeah,
All right, give me a battle roll.
you got glitter in my shadow. I got a 5.
Okay. So it definitely hits him. Give me a d6 roll.
I got a 2 on my second roll. Like
Okay.
that die is just rolling 2s. I need to stop rolling that die.
All right. So you get him like right above the heart.
Mhm.
So he's knocked back. It's not enough to knock him down, but it's hurting. It's hurting a lot.
Mm-hmm. He's
Grolf, what are you doing?
Are there any terracotta soldiers left?
There's still one that is actually heading toward Beauregard, and then there's like 500 rows behind. But
All right.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna
there's a
say
few.
Beauregard's ass.
All right. Go ahead and make a battle roll because I'm assuming you're using your
My
ghost wolf glaive.
glaive.
Yeah.
If there was ever an ass worth saving, it's this one.
Hey, sweet thing, you want to roll a dice for me?
Got it. I will
She
refrain
just does it on
from the
purpose now.
last. I will refrain from saying the last bit because, yeah,
Why?
reasons.
Reasons.
Also, you do not succeed.
Uh-oh.
You overdo it, and the terracotta warrior ducks just in time. So you take a stress and a determination.
Ooh.
Ow.
All right.
I'm embarrassed.
You're embarrassed. I'm about to get my ass kicked.
Alrighty, Adrian.
So from what I can tell, Little B's ass is on the line.
Yes. There's a terracotta warrior heading right for him to restrain him.
Wouldn't also like them being right next to each other that Adrian's literal ass would be on the line as well?
I think both of our asses are on the line.
Yeah, I'm going to twist and put my hands up, revealing this immaculate, well-oiled and shaved chest, and I say, "By the twin power gods of Marvin Gaye and Luther Vandross, you will cease!" And like call up the shield to fend Little B.
Okay, give me a wizard roll.
Wizard. I got a 5.
All right. You take out that terracotta warrior. All right, so now that all that's left is
Thank you,
the
gods.
smaller outer circle and the less big circle around Just James, and then additionally Just James himself, who has an arrow sticking out of his chest.
Yes.
So next is Bo.
So
And
tough.
Adrian has just saved your ass.
Adrian has just saved my ass, and I got to acknowledge the awesomeness of that. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Let's I'm gonna make sure that there's okay.
I will say you kind of see what Alexia is doing in aiming for the circles.
Right. He's always so much better at that than I am, but I can give it a try. I'll take the simpler of the two circles. I'll see if I can eliminate that. Now that Mighty Adrian has given me the grace to apply my wizardly ways upon that easier circle than the hard one for my brother, because he's always good at that stuff.
All right, go ahead and give me a wizard roll, please.
Let's end this. Oh, a 2. No.
Okay, so you fail and you take a stress and a determination.
Stress and
Alrighty. So next up is Just James, and Just James is going to try to use his sexy to push back Igraine and Adrian and Bo.
Just scoffs.
Everybody roll a d6 for me, who I just mentioned.
Time to find out if you're too sexy for this.
Keep losing.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So Igraine, you are pushed back about 15 feet and knocked on your behind.
How
Um,
dare you? Do I take a stress for that?
Yes, you do.
And a determination.
Bo and Adrian, you both get pushed back, and you do your best and you keep your footing. You didn't fall, but you might be on the ground on your hands to like brace yourself.
Dropping to one knee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Alexi, it's your turn.
Okay. So there are two circles left. Yes.
So there's the small circle, and then there are 2 circles left on the big circle.
Oh, okay. So I'm still tackling, I think, the big circle.
Yes.
So whatever is currently outermost on the big circle, I think again, going from the outside in.
Right. So
I'm gonna
wizard.
try to unwind this next one.
Wizard
so-
roll.
So again, I'm just sort of starting to sort of just stagger a little bit as it's taking a great deal of energy that I'm producing forward, sort of glowing the umbral shield shimmering above me,
Mhm.
and just sort of focus on the circle and seeing what Beauregard just tried to do. I tried to sort of dodge and weave with the magic to pull under and go and cry out, by the scrolls of fate and the filter of the sun, Hellions, be erased. That is a 5.
Poetry. Just
Yes.
poetry.
Wonderful. All right. So there is a circle directly around Just James, and there is a smaller one over to the side. Igraine. Oh, yes, Igraine. Your turn.
Okay. So I'm on my butt,
Mhm.
like farther away. Am I in one of the circles? Am I off the stage area?
Yeah, you're off the dais. So so you're now
Get voted
around
off
the
the dais.
terracotta
Sorry, babe.
warriors, but they're not really paying attention to you because they're starting to jump out.
Yeah, that seems bad, probably.
Mhm.
I'm gonna. Oh, ow! This hurts. Using my wizarding. Ugh. All right. I'm gonna. Okay, it's not responsibility. It's a good tactical decision, because I'm good at battles. But I'm gonna go up to one of the holes where they're paratrooper jumping out and start skeet shooting the terracotta warriors, because like they shouldn't be allowed to land if I don't get to go wreak havoc on the countryside. Those statues certainly do not.
So you're shooting down toward the earth at the ones that have already jumped?
Yeah, I'm sure
Okay.
nothing bad will happen if I miss.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a battle roll.
Great.
He didn't need that church.
Let's say hypothetically I got a 3.
Hypothetical.
So hypothetically you got a 3. So you miss. You don't hit
Hypothetically,
anything
you
this
missed.
first shot.
Mhm.
And somewhere down below, you imagine somebody saying, "Ah, my eye!"
And then they vanish into the void.
And then they get sucked into the void.
It's fine. They'll be fine there.
They'll
I
be
don't
fine.
know that.
Okay. And Grolf, what are you doing?
Am I in striking range of Just James?
You can move up and be in striking distance.
All right. Since he just tried to smack all these people, I'm going to go ahead and smack him.
Okay. Give me a battle roll.
No, you give me a battle roll.
Is that how that works? Have I been doing it wrong?
You first.
Yeah, you definitely hit him. So you hit him in the arm and you lop his arm off, and he goes, "You miserable!" And that's where we're gonna leave that. Adrian,
Language.
Language.
Adrian, you have been pushed back. You have done the superhero pose, 3-point landing kind of thing. to keep yourself steady,
Yeah.
what do you do?
I raise my hand and I summon an icicle flower, and I glance it against my chest, hardening them into fine points. And then I rush forward towards James like samurai, just trying to cut him with the sharp points of my nipples.
Hey, I've got a window that I need to cut some glass with. Can we just kind of like sew you up, get you up there, and just you can just cut it for me.
Give me give me a sexy roll.
There are so many
what
questions.
rolls?
I don't know where you start.
Give me a sexy roll.
Oh, that's my best. 6.
No. Yeah. And somehow, beyond reason, that you grab him in an embrace, and you are so sharp that you stab him in the heart.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
Death
his
by
bleeding-
nipple.
Unfortunately, his bleeding arm gets blood all over one side of your robes
Oh no.
through your body.
Dude, that's
but
kind of hot.
he does
Blood
does fall to the ground.
Yeah, I whisper in his ear, "Earn this."
And then, unfortunately, you think it might close down those rift circles, but it doesn't. And the Terracotta Army is still moving and dropping out of the holes, going down towards the village below.
Well, I think that's a win.
Bo.
All right, we cannot have these terracotta warriors moving out into the world. So Beauregard rakes his fingers across his chest,
Yes.
invoking the full power of the Rift Shield, and it creates a moat around where the terracotta warriors are jumping out, but is a moat of the Rift, and it rifts them right back into the room. So as they jump out and they go out in the room, they just come right back into the room.
Yeah.
500 feet in the air above the room, so they shatter as they fall.
Okay, give me a
Rift it.
wizard roll.
Go B.
Double sixes.
Yeah.
Six and a 6. Double sixes.
And so you see this this light shine forth and rush out each of the different holes, and then from above, and so the Terracotta Army is raining upon itself. Great. Just James is dead. Alexi.
Okay, so there's that side circle that's still going, right?
There's the side circle, and then there's the innermost circle of the bigger circle, where Just James's dead body is.
Okay, I think that the side circle seems to be part of the whole spell for the Terracotta Warriors, right? Or am I?
That
imagining
is
that?
what it appears.
Okay, so that's the one I go for.
Mhm.
Once again, just sort of
Glad
stagger
someone's
over to that
paying
one.
attention to the plot because, like,
Yeah. What do we? I thought we were done.
Ass hurts.
I thought we were
Fell
done
on my
here,
ass.
right?
This is gonna leave a mark.
That's this character's job to hunt the plot.
Why you're here.
Somebody's got
All
it.
we
right.
need someone to be a wizard of the wizard.
By the
Yeah.
Codex of Sara and the ceaseless legion of the Sultana of Harmony, I bid thee be gone. And that's a 6.
There you go. All right. The giant circle is no more. And the openings on the sides of the cavern close. But the Terracotta Army is still trying to go out them. And so you hear them like crunching against each other.
Okay.
Igraine, what are you doing?
All right.
Your porthole to shoot terracotta soldiers has been closed.
Boo! No more skeet shooting.
There's some bystanders dying.
Adrian killed that guy who had a name, I guess.
Ham.
Just James.
Just James.
Just yeah, I guess. I don't
Don't
know.
worry about it. Don't
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
don't go there.
It looks like that there's magical stuff happening with the Smashy and the soldiers. I mean, I kind of feel like my work here is done. So she is gonna start trying to loot the room still in the middle of battle.
Give me a
Sexy.
give me a sexy roll.
I am looking for specifically anything that would look really cool to wear.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Okay.
Better than what I have been doing.
So you find a face of a terracotta warrior that has recently been crushed by Rolf's blade. And
Can I wear the bottom half
blade.
as a mask?
So it's a full face, and it is still animated, and it is still yelling.
Can I break it in half and wear the bottom half as a mask?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And then I'm gonna go over and like look over Alexi's shoulders and be like, "You're done, right?"
And as you do that, Grolf, it is your turn.
I'm
With the
guessing
bottom half
there's
of your
still
mouth.
terracotta warriors to smash.
There are, but I'm gonna say that you hear, like, in the bestial mind of your glaive that communicates with you, use me on the last circle.
What? Say it again.
Use me on the last circle. Are you deads? I thought we had an agreement. You swing me, I get to kill shit.
Oh, that thing. Oh.
Yeah.
Ghost
Oh,
Wolf is
the sword's
pissed.
telling me what to do.
All right, fine. So I gonna lift my massive pole in the air, twirl it around a few times, and then come down right on top of the circle.
And it
Oh,
howls.
helicopter glaive.
It howls and sinks right into the ground of the circle, and it bursts and shatters into glitter and gets glitter all over your furry mane.
I got a date later. What the hell is with all the glitter?
It's for your own good. And then your glaive goes silent. Now the terracotta warriors have stopped moving. Your mask, Igraine, has stopped trying to yell by itself. And the ones that were in motion topple over, crack, and turn into tiny bits and pieces. From the end of the room, you hear, "What in the name of the Seven Realms is going on down here?" And you see the headmistress,
Nothing.
followed by a very ethereal-looking monarch. You can't tell their gender, but they have vines that come into a high crown. Their robes behind them almost look like wings. And they say, chaos as usual, I see.
We just
And-
saved the day, headmistress. Saved the world from impending doom. Every one of us here took a big hearty chunk for justice.
There was about to be a pottery apocalypse.
A pottery.
You've been waiting for an hour to say that, haven't you?
A pottery apocalypse. Have you seen the romance section up there? That is not what I would call organized and stately.
We had nothing to do with that. We were kind of too busy chasing rats, dealing with shit demons, and other stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
assure you, headmistress, it is well organized, not by letters, it is by position.
This one found, I say, pointing to the to Just James. This one was trying to reanimate, and did so. The terracotta warriors of the ancients. We have just stopped him.
And the headmistress and the Fey Monarch will come forward. And as the Fey Monarch comes forward, you notice little bits of greenery sprouting out below him. It's
Aw.
kind of cool.
Awesome.
And as the Monarch gets close, the body of Just James vanishes. And
One less thing to
says,
clean up.
Finally.
It seems the Winter Court has been attempting to besmirch my name. We shall have to look into this further.
I will say, as a parting final word for James, he had the most perfect. Well, no, he was a perfect asshole. There you go.
And that is where we will end the game.
Wait, it can't be me.
I'm still
was
trying to figure out.
awesome.
I'm still trying to figure out this whole crystal cannon thing, and still just like, not computing
baking
for me
your
yet.
noodle, huh?
Don't think too hard on it. Like
It
that's
seems phrasing again. It seems like it's used in all sorts of different ways and has. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna let it go right there.
Narrative license.
I want to thank everyone so much for participating, for communicating when needs needed to be met, and also for everybody in the chat who has been amazing.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yes.
So I want to give everybody a chance to promote whatever they've got going on, and we will start with going backwards, except for Mitch, because I'll make him go last. So that means that we are starting with Jim.
Hey, hey, it's me. Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I was hit by the costuming bug moments before we were starting, so I was like, I have to go grab my cape and everything. But this was a delight. I'm so glad I finally got to play an RPG with you, and also again with Dave as like a co-player. That was cool. And finally, I had never played with Cooley before. That was awesome, and awesome meeting you folks as well. Playing with the new folks I had not played with before. This was very cool. And Grant Howitt stuff is excellent. So I played Honey Heist a couple of times, and it is neat seeing what you can do with just one page. It is wonderful. As for me, I'm Jim. I'm Jim Ryan. I am OtherDoc. That's OTHERDOC on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where I have links to various things that I've been working on. But the main thing I'm doing right now is streaming over on my Twitch channel, OtherDoc. You can find I do mostly indie game type stuff. On Tuesdays, we're doing we're finishing up a short campaign of Alas Vegas, written by the guy who did the Baron Munchausen game. And soon we'll be starting up a short campaign of Monster of the Week. We have on Wednesday nights a Masks campaign that's been on a little bit on hiatus. We're trying to bring it back soon. I run Invisible Sun on Saturdays, and I do a bunch of different one-shots on Sundays, and I also play in a campaign of Dark Matter that is being run by a wonderful GM named Alyssa, who is taking Ghosts of Saltmarsh and putting it in space. It's wonderful. So if there's any interest in any of that, or in game signups, which I have running constantly, feel free to check that out. Just go to twitch.tv/OtherDoc, and it is there. Thank you very much for this invite. This was wonderful.
Awesome. And Melissa.
So I promoted this on my business page, where I am known for running camps for kids right now.
Nice.
So this game was not representative of my games for camps for kids. This is not what the kids' games are like.
No, this was
Oh, man.
adults only.
I don't know.
But no. So yeah, you can find out more about digital camps at avalongamecafe.com. Actually, just go to avalongamecafe.com. I know you're not really listening. You're just like me. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook under Avalon Game Cafe. And I play games all the time. I am in the process of writing an indie RPG called Brewbot Cities. That's going to be published through Genesis of Legend Publishing, who did such things as SIG and Circle of Power, which is coming out. So you should go to Genesis of Legend and buy their stuff. That won't be until like 2022, though. It's still in development.
Be on the lookout.
And the girls in chat giving me compliments. Hi. So I think that's me. Thanks for letting me play. This was fun.
Awesome. And Dave.
Basically, the biggest thing you can look for me out in the world is a thing called Archivos. It's an online story development and presentation tool for gamers, writers, and storytellers. You can actually see the connections between your characters and the places they've been and the events that they do, either as a web, as a dynamic map of associations, or through a timeline. It's 3 different perspectives of your story narrative. Great for GMs, great for novelists, writers, or fans of a story or a series that want to put up a very cool interactive wiki. You can learn more about it at archivos.digital. That's ARCHIVOS.digital. Sign up for a free account, test it out, and we have all sorts of lovely gift options and 3, 6, and 12-month subscriptions. Dirt cheap. Do check it out.
Awesome. And Paul.
I am Paul E. Cooley. I've been podcasting for 12, 13 years now, whatever, from shadowpublications.com, where you can still find pretty much all of that content. We just started the 96 episode run of the Derelict Saga on YouTube. I'm dropping an episode a day. So every day you can get 15 to 30 minutes of story, come back the next. You can also find all of the Black series up there. The Parsec award-winning Black series.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find me on Dead Robot Society, where we do a weekly kind of a talk show thing about pop culture, writing, and story elements, things like that. We're doing live shows with that now, so that'll be Saturday at 3 p.m.
Nice.
So come check us out, give us a look, go check out my stories, go to my YouTube channel, go all over the place. Paul E. Cooley, you can find me, trust me. And thank you very much for having me on here.
Mm-hmm.
This was fun.
Yay. Okay, I'm gonna put my stuff first, and then we'll do the penny for the tail stuff. So you can find me Wednesday through Saturdays, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern time on twitch.tv/residentmoon. And I do crochet. I do crochet like this amazing gauntlet, which I should have totally worn, but I didn't.
Scale gauntlet, yeah.
Yes, I make all sorts of things. Let's see here. I am on penny for a tail Sunday through Tuesday usually. Sunday for our Pathfinder game, every other Monday for our cult game, some Tuesdays for our Age Past game. Yeah. And if you like this show or any of our other shows and you want to watch what else is coming, there is a heart button above Melissa's head, so you can hit that one.
Just poke it on the way up.
Yeah, just poke it on the way up. And then if you are watching on our YouTube channel, underneath Jim's face, there's a subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that. And that way you'll be notified whenever our videos go live. And I am so very excited that I got to get this group of people together. 3 of you I have not seen in a very long time, and I won't probably see you all for a very long time, which is sad, but we'll make it happen.
Yes. In an awesome way.
And then Mitchell.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for coming and watching and checking us out and having all the funs with the different pokes and just the awesomeness of the engagement of the audience, as well as the awesome role play from everyone here, and the awesome GMing or Spider-Mancing, as I'm going to call it, of Spence. It was truly awesome. I am in love with this game. It also gave me a reason to puff up my hair. If you saw me earlier on different streams, it's a little bit, it's not as cray. But I always enjoy the opportunity. If you are curious about this, you love it, you want to check more of it, I do have to say there is more to come. On Sundays, we have our Age of Ashes Pathfinder 2E campaign that's been going on. Hilarity will ensue, as well as some drama. And then on alternating Mondays, we have Cult Divinity Lost, which who knows what will happen to Hans next game. I don't, and I'm the ST. And then this Monday is Alex's continuation of the Star Wars campaign, Fantasy Flight Games. So you're ever interested to see like how a homeschool teacher does, swept up in a rebel shenanigans, check it out. It's very interesting, and Alex does a amazing job about bringing all the stuff in, despite my Star Trek pokes.
Are we still hosting Fantasticide on Wednesdays?
We are, yes. And we also have our brother sister organization, Fantasticide, who continues with their homebrew Pathfinder 2e game on Wednesdays. But nonetheless, there is so much going on. Check us out at pennyforatale.com. On our Facebook, on our Discord. If there's a penny and there's a tail, you just put it together and you'll find us somewhere, whether you want to or not. And with that, we are all going to wave at you with smiles until you leave. Bye.
Bye.